Uh, God damn. Oh, so this man only take focus again. Yeah, hey, come on, what? Yeah, yeah.
I don't know where Tammy went, but this is what we going. Tammy, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Alrighty, I was on mute the whole time, but I'm about to play this Nick Cannon video real quick.
But
So we,
can you hear me though, right?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
I'm about to jump into this right now. This whole Nick Cannon. Here we go. How do you split time, or how will how often will he be able to come see his son?
I mean, that all obviously dictates what's going on in his work schedule. We all can go through the assistant to make sure it's on the calendar if there's something important. But anything you say you need from him, this man always shows up.
So tell me about the delivery. Will Nick be here?
Yes, Nick will absolutely be here. He has no choice. But I'm actually having it at the house. I'm going to have our son here. And just, I'm doing it unmedicated as well. So
Brave woman.
we'll see. We'll see if I regret it.
I can't hear you, Tim.
All right, and welcome to the Average Black Man Show. I was on mute earlier. If nobody heard me, it's raggedy today. But today is just an open discussion. We're gonna be all over the place. Anybody watching and listening want to jump in, feel free to come and chit chat and all that old type of stuff. Yes, indeed. So how y'all feel about that Nick Cannon?
Personally, I find it's very admirable that he could take care of all his kids. That's great. He can have as many as he wants, but I mean, but can he really spend quality time with all those kids? No, he's one person. And he works like 15 jobs because he's about to have like 25 kids. Before Nick Cannon hangs it up, I swear he's going to probably have like 25 kids.
He got 15 job man.
Right. But he
Hey,
can't spend all that time with all his kids like that.
I,
Ain't nothing wrong with having them kids, man.
I don't know, man. That's
So you think it's okay just to, be the breadwinner and not like have quality time with your kids?
The majority of dads don't spend a lot of quality time with their kids,
they
especially
be at
because
work.
they work all the time.
Maybe
So
that's the problem.
it ain't nothing new.
Maybe that's the black people's problem. That a lot of dads ain't spending
That
quality
had
time.
nothing. That's nothing to do with black people. Like that got to do with across the board.
Mm, okay.
Across the board. Yeah, that is across the board.
Well, maybe more dads should spend time with their kids. Like these men get mad when they see the little babies on the pole and stuff like that, doing a little. Honestly, I looked at it a little different. I'll talk about that later.
Talking about the
No,
little
I
boy.
only look at it a little different only because of one thing. Because I feel like we know what that signifies. You know what I'm saying? Them kids ain't never seen that stuff. Well, we would hope, but he was just being acrobatic. You know what I'm
He talking
saying?
about the little baby, the little boy that was on the
Yeah, little baby. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because I'm like, where did he? Number one, where did he learn that from?
Probably his mama.
Number two, where did he learn that from? And number three, where is his daddy?
And that's what I'm trying to say. So if we talking about the dads are out here, excuse me, I have to sneeze. Hold on.
You know what we talking about, P?
Nah.
I'm about to show you.
Well, my zip.
You gonna see the video and be like, man, hell no.
No, you are, but see, the reason why I looked at it a little different is because that baby don't know what he doing. He just being acrobatic.
He's smiling this shit, right?
Right.
All right, look at the phone, P. Here it go.
I can't even do that.
You see that man? This bro. Oh, P dropped off.
Uh-oh.
I'll bring it back for him later. But man, that's ridiculous.
I get it, but I feel like, and the
He
reason why
seen his mama do that for sure.
he probably did. But you don't know who his mama is. His mama could be a professional dancer. His mama could be somebody that just got it in her house because that's what she do with her man. It could be anything. But my thing is, I look at kids as innocent, and he didn't know what the
house auditioning to be on the Pink.
He didn't know what the heck he was doing.
That,
he was just having fun.
Yeah, well, I know that's what he was doing, but the whole point of it is the mama filmed it like, oh, this is cute. Look, oh, like
right.
Like, no, I need to go. No.
Question: would you feel different if it was a girl doing it?
I feel even worse.
Okay.
I feel even more some type of way.
Yeah.
I would feel even more some type of way if it was a little girl.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So we're talking about the dads ain't there and stuff like that. That's why you get stuff like this little boy learning how to swing on a pole like that. Because dads ain't there. Wherever his dad is, whether he's out making a living or whatever he's doing, he's not there. Because most men will be like, if you don't get off that doggone pole.
Yeah, with a belt. Yeah, I got a couple of other things queued up, but it's all triggering stuff. And it's not enough of us on here to talk about it right now, but
what's triggering? Like, what does it trigger? Like,
it's gonna trigger all kind of emotions.
Oh Lord. Okay, well, let's do
it. Where is everybody at though?
I don't know. Percy dropped off. I don't know.
He back. He bought his onions and tomatoes or whatever he had to get.
Yeah, boy, don't worry about what I got.
What you get? What you buy?
I went and bought up all the Plan Bs they had.
Let me show you.
Make for dinner.
Hey, P.
Yeah, what's that?
Look at this. Look right here, bro.
Oh yeah. I seen that shit. Now that could be one or two things right there. You know what I mean?
See,
either his daddy Russian.
Why is that Russian? Wait, Russian? Why Russian?
Oh, you don't even get the joke.
I don't. What's
Russian dances and stuff. They be like, hey.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Their daddy could be Russian. They could be like spinning on the poles like they in the circus, trapeze artists and stuff like that. Or he sit there and watch his mama do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's his mama's fault.
For him, he's having fun though.
Huh?
For him, the little boy, he's having fun. He not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is. He is having fun.
I need him to teach me some pole tricks. No.
No, you ain't getting
it. You gonna slip and bust your head.
You say what? I will bust my head.
You gonna sprain your ankle or something.
No, I ain't that old. Dang.
Yes, it did. Now y'all
you gotta do some ab workouts.
My abs are just fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it don't look like nobody else coming right now. I'm about to text a couple more people and be like, I'm about to put the trigger and stuff on right now.
He said it's gonna trigger the next clips he has is gonna trigger some emotions.
Yeah.
Trigger some emotions. I ain't got no emotions. I don't deal with emotions.
Yeah, okay.
What do you mean, yeah, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Just like y'all talking about I was bitter the other day.
You were. That's an emotion. Bitter is an emotion.
I'm not bitter. That's the whole thing. I am not bitter.
The way man, I can't
You
even
ain't
remember.
you ain't never met nobody like me in your life. I can tell you
And
that
you
right
ain't
now.
ever met nobody like me in your life, and I can tell
All
you
right then. And guess what?
that.
I wouldn't call you bitter.
Okay, good. Thank
See?
Yeah, see, see.
you. What?
See, I don't know. I'm just saying, talking.
I'm like, what?
I'm just talking.
Because I'm not bitter. Like, I don't think all men are one way. I don't think men are a monolith. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, mm,
I
That sound
don't.
that sound well rehearsed.
Whatever.
mm.
Whatever.
That sound well rehearsed. Yeah.
Whatever. I do not think men are all a certain type of way.
Like I heard that before, huh?
Here we go. Here we go. Here go the trigger. Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
A Spanish woman, they're raised to be. Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Daddy wasn't shit. I'll raise you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman.
Why do you think that it's such an issue that a lot more black men are dating Latino women?
You know what's funny? I know where it started from because, back then, like in the 80s, the Spanish community, they didn't want their daughters dating black men. And for a long time, they told their daughters, don't date black men. So when the money came in the 80s and things got better, black men were able to sway the parents and get the girl. So we kind of like turn into like a trophy thing. Like, yo, I'm dating a mommy, or I'm dating a Colombian, like something that's foreign or exotic. So I kind of feel as though like when even me in high school, if you didn't have no money, the Spanish girls didn't date you. So it's kind of like when you had a Spanish girl, finally, it was a big deal to you. So
Very true.
I don't agree with that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
I
chase.
agree with it. I
I
agree
wouldn't
with it
chase.
because,
I wasn't chasing nobody that wasn't black.
well, good for you. You're very rare because there's a lot of men who are chasing white women, Latina women, whatever, because they were different. And then like,
Mm,
yeah, because they were different. Like he said, they felt like they were exotic, quote unquote.
mm.
And then
Exotic.
yeah. And then like the white women, like, and it's crazy that I hear black men say, oh well, black women are gold diggers, yada yada yada. But it's like,
Mm,
are you serious? White women
yeah.
are the biggest gold diggers out here because if you ain't got no money, they ain't dating you, period.
Mm.
And their parents are not accepting you if you ain't got no money.
the
I
Boricuan,
guess that's
what Dominican kind of see is as brand new. They don't kind of equate that baggage with not having a father in my life with the black man stigma. To them, we're brand new.
Y'all want to see what the brother how the black lady responds to him?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me pull that up. She gonna respond. She gonna be like, "No, I'm just playing."
yeah. See.
She could be like, "No, I'm just playing." She ain't do all that.
What do you think?
What do I think
Why
about?
do you think why so many black men date Latino women?
I think a lot of black men think Latina women because I'm gonna have to agree with Guapo. It's something new. It's out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? So when you associate, if I can reverse it, you know what I'm saying? Why black women, we love our black men. At the end of the day, no matter how much I try to dance around it, you still end up with a black man. But women like to date outside our race because we do compartmentalize with the fact that a black man broke our heart. A black man did me dirty. A black man's my baby daddy and he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? My daddy, he a black man, he left me, or whatever the case may be. And so just referring it back to men, it's the same thing. They want something different. They want something out of the ordinary. So even if she wasn't Spanish and he's dating the typical girl who doesn't comply or isn't submissive and he ends up getting with a girl who is, he's gonna like her more because it's not the ordinary. It's not what he deals with every day. You understand what I'm saying? So I just think men, they're natural hunters. They're naturally out for the hunt. And so why would I go into the jungle and hunt for something that I catch every day? I can go easily like a bear. A bear can easily go in the water.
That's the same thing I just said.
Huh?
See, check this out. Everything she says, I'm not gonna listen to, and I'm gonna tell you this. And after that, I'm gonna end mine. For one, she tried to look like she's exotic, but she ain't. She ain't.
You don't know
See
what
that?
she is. She sounds a little. You don't know what that woman
Well,
is.
he talking about. See, I already know what
Because
this
she
man
has
talking.
a hair weave. That's the only thing I see.
Well,
That's,
that's the biggest fucking problem because that's assimilation. Like y'all want to talk about black men go to white women, but then y'all assimilate y'all shit, y'all hair. Where the hell the afro at?
first
Until
of
y'all get afros,
all,
until when I see black women walk down the street with afros, I'm not talking to them.
white.
Period.
First of all, okay. Well, first of all,
Stop
black.
assimilating with that weed. Stop assimilating with.
First of all,
Ain't no
black
first
women,
off.
white women, every woman,
I don't give a
all
damn.
Latina women all wear weaves. So
And they wear their own damn type of hair too. You don't
and
see
you don't
no
know what
white
they
women with.
wear. You
So you
don't
ain't
know
see
what
no
they
white
wear.
woman with
No,
no
no,
damn
I
no.
wear
curly
Now,
ass afro out
weave
here.
all
Fuck
day.
about
now,
it.
hang on. Now,
About?
I am an advocate. I am an advocate because I understand that wigs
It's
are.
just you too.
I
They
understand
can
it,
be
and
protective
Percy understands
hairstyles.
I
too.
don't want to hear no protective hairstyle. The
No,
braids is the
no, I
protective
ain't gonna say
hairstyle.
that. And Percy understands this too. That
Percy's perfect.
wigs are African hairdress culture. It is
Okay.
headdress culture. One.
Whatever. Y'all
Now,
talk about
now to
assimilation, but
his
you
point.
guys assimilate as
No, no, no.
well.
But to
You
his
acting
point,
like black men don't assimilate. Get out of here.
where
I
everybody
don't.
assimilates in this society.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Everybody
Where?
does in this
Look,
society.
look at
Like
this.
Where
Tim
Look at
your
this.
said.
beard at?
Look at
Why
this.
is it?
Like
Read this.
Tim
Read this
said.
shirt.
No, no, no.
That's
Read
a
this shirt.
Where
shirt
your
he says.
beard
I
at?
wear that shirt
And
Read
down
why
this
is
shirt.
it go?
too.
P. Where your beard at?
Where the beard at?
Why is it go?
Right.
You ain't got nothing to do with no damn assimilation.
And you don't know what that woman. And you don't
This
know what
nigga right
that
here.
woman is. She got a little bit of an accent.
Think yeah,
She got
nigga.
a little bit of an accent anyway. She
Why
might
your
be half.
beard go?
She might be half Latina.
No,
You know what I'm
see,
saying?
his beard is gone
Why your
because
chip
his
too
job
gone?
was
They
like,
got
cut
them.
your beard off.
Oh,
That's
they
why
got
it's
them
go. He
shit.
assimilated to
No,
that
but
Why that
beard.
motherfucker go?
everybody
Huh?
assimilate.
You was
First of
born with
all,
that goddamn motherfucker too.
whatever. Everybody
Why you don't want to have the
assimilates
damn
in
tooth
this
no more?
country. In this country, all black people have assimilated to something. So get out of here with the BS.
I don't want to hear it.
Now, what he said, I do agree with, because yes, white women do get extensions and stuff, but you don't see white women getting afro weaves.
You see them getting braids and shit. I mean, what are you talking about? They get cornrows, they get braids, they get box braids, they get dookie braids, they get
That,
all that. So what are you talking about?
that's appropriating. That's appropriated culture.
Same thing.
Not the whole.
Same thing. They do the same stuff we do, but y'all don't give them flack for it. You know what I'm saying? Kim
I don't deal with
Kardashian
them,
done
so I
walk
don't know.
around with, they called them boxer braids, but they was nothing but with cornrows.
They called them French braids.
No, they called them boxer braids. No, when Kim Kardashian had them, they called them boxer braids.
Oh, instead of Dookie braids.
No, instead of
Dookie braids, the
cornrows.
original name.
No,
Let me see your
instead of
foot.
cornrows, like you know how the boxers braid their hair back.
It's feeding back. It might be P.
He need to get his sound together.
He having technical difficulties. Yeah.
No, they call them boxer braids. You know how the boxers wear their hair and they cornrow it back? That's why they call them boxer braids.
I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about Bo Derek when they called them French
Okay,
braids.
well, she was still appropriating culture too. So
Right.
the white women do the same thing as the black women do, but y'all give us flack for it. For
Who
wearing
is
weaves
y'all?
and
I just said I understand that it's headdress culture.
I just wonder, it doesn't make, and I just wonder why people care so much about what we do with our hair, just like these men care so much about our uteruses, and they wives old dry vaginas can't even have no babies no more.
Uteruses.
Uteruses.
I don't got no uteruses.
But you know what I'm saying? Like they so worried about that, and they don't even have a dog in a fight no more.
Some people making very bad arguments for that whole get down too.
Yeah.
I just seen one. Let me see if I can pull it back up on the BBB group, bitter women group.
The bitter women brigade. The bitter.
Right, that's what it is. Let me see if I can share my screen. Share screen. Is that one? No, is that one? There it is. All right, do you see that?
I see. Okay, now I see something.
It is a Tinder screenshot. It says, "My name is Kaylee." She got sirens on there that says vasectomy required. After the events of 6/24/22, proof of vasectomy will be required before engaging in any sexual relations.
She don't want no kid.
Now, when I read this, my first reaction was ugh.
Why? Ugh. She doesn't want children, probably.
Because as a man, to me, as a man looking at that, the first thing I see is so she out here barebacking everybody on Tinder.
No, that does not what that
That's
means.
exactly what I got. And the reason I say that's what I got from it is because I had my first child unplanned in high school at 18 years old, and I did not have another one until I was 33, and I didn't have a vasectomy.
Well, good for you.
Barebacking.
Well, good for you. But a woman, I don't know how that.
So a vasectomy is not required to be responsible.
First of all, I get that. But first of all, I don't know how old this woman is. But I'm gonna just come to you from like a maybe the age range of 35.
It says 31 on here.
Okay. Well, she's pretty young, but I'm gonna just say we coming from an age of like 35 to 45. Ain't nobody got time to be putting people on 6-month rules and stuff like that. People are boning, and you know what I'm saying before, and
but you don't got a bareback.
I mean, but that's her business. Whether you okay with it or not, that's her business. So, with that being said, that's her business. We're not gonna try to whore shame or anything like that.
No, I'm judging.
That is that woman's business.
If women can judge Future and all that, I can judge.
People are judging Future because Future are impregnating women and keep on doing it.
And he financially supporting them.
Well, I don't know about all that because that ain't what Sierra
said. They got court orders doing it. So
that ain't what Sierra said. But
Sierra got a whole husband, so they can opt out.
I mean, it don't matter if she got a husband. That's his kid.
You can opt out.
No, that's his kid. He can't. How you gonna depend on some other man to take care of your kid? First of all, that's his kid.
Because that's a Future. That's Future. That's his standard of.
No, knock it up. Knock it up. Knock it up. Don't even finish what you're saying.
Hey, hold on. You just said that this woman can live her life, but now I'm talking about Future and how he lived his life, and you got a problem. See the contradiction?
No. I didn't say. I said whoever she decides to not use protection with is her business, because I guarantee you, a lot of your friends ain't using protection. Okay.
Yeah, and if I find out, I'm be like, yeah,
that's their business. What you worried about it for?
If I know, they told me.
But what you worried about it for?
But if they told me, it's no business.
What you worried about the STI status photo?
If they tell me, then they volunteered it.
Okay, but what you worried about it for? If your friend,
if
your friend get gonorrhea or whatever,
I'll be like, all right, I'm like, call the nigga hot piss and and drippy drop and all kind of.
But what I'm saying, okay, but my point is this.
Drippy cuz, what's up, drip cuz?
Okay, but my point is this. She's saying you need to have a vasectomy because maybe she does not want children. So therefore, and maybe she does not. We just talked about this earlier. You said that birth control is bad for women's health, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe she doesn't want to take birth control. So she's like, look, have a vasectomy.
Mhm.
A
And like,
woman,
and like
like,
I just said, using myself as an example, I never had a vasectomy. I had my first child
well,
at
some people
18
don't want to use
until I
condoms
was
either.
33.
Some people feel like, look, if I find somebody I like and we start dating for a couple of months,
They gotta just accept being irresponsible.
right? No, I'm saying if
Why
no,
is that
you
the issue?
don't. Why you
Why
gotta
is that
accept
the
being
issue?
irresponsible? That's dumb because it's like she's at least she's saying, hey, have a freaking vasectomy because I don't want to have kids or I don't want to have any more kids. So what's the problem?
Why I gotta do something? Why I can't just strap up?
What if she don't want to have condom sex?
Then did she good luck?
Well, that's you. Some people feel like I've been dating this person for a couple of months. We
She
about to
on
take.
this is her Tinder profile. This is her
Okay,
advertising herself.
some people feel like I've been having sex for a couple of months with this person. We about to take the condom off.
Yeah,
And who are you to tell them people when it's time to take the condom off or not?
I'm here to tell them if you get pregnant, I don't hear no.
Well,
I,
that's why
it's
she said have it.
nothing,
That's why she
nothing.
said have a vasectomy.
Nah.
So you trying to make fun of the woman because she trying to be safe, and like it's like she can do nothing right.
No. I didn't say none of that. You put words in my mouth.
Okay.
I'm saying you don't have to have a vasectomy to be responsible. And I'm living
No, you don't. But that's
proof
what
of that.
maybe she want to go. Maybe she want to find somebody she can go raw with. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's her personal business.
Let me
And then we all know condoms aren't 100% safe, right?
condoms take away all the feelings.
I mean, and then but they not 100%
Never use
safe
condoms,
either.
son. They take away all the feelings.
I mean, condoms break, condoms pop, all kind of stuff.
You know what that's from?
Nah. Oh, Don't Be a Menace, is it? Yeah.
Never use condoms, son. They take away all the feelings.
That was the advice he gave his son.
But he was younger than this. He was younger than his son. Some kind of way.
Right.
He was younger than him though. Like that's what made it so funny.
Right.
That he was younger than him. I'm just putting this in a couple other groups. I'm gonna play some more of the young lady talking.
Okay.
Oh no, I hit the wrong button. There we go.
And catch his fish, right? But outside of that, when he goes and does get certain type of meats, he went out of his way to kill that prey.
You don't feel any kind of way about it as a black woman?
I'm gonna tell you this as a black woman, no. Yes and no. And I'm gonna say yes more than no because I feel like this. I'm beautiful. It does bother me when I meet men who are black who say to me, "You're pretty for a black woman." What does that mean? Or ask me, "What do you mix with?" When I look in the mirror, I see a brown skinned woman. I see a black woman that by no mistake could you even mistake me for anything else but African American. But to the society that we live in, because my eyes slant a little bit or whatever the association is, the straight hair, I don't know what it is, the weave, the lace is laying right that day, the curly bundles is extra curly, you associate me with, well, she has to be mixed with something because she's pretty. Because in your mind, you've been to these countries and you've been these places and all you've experienced is the beauty of the women there because you're not in Brooklyn anymore, and you're not in Jersey no more, and you're not in your state anymore. It's something new. So now you meet a black woman who's actually very attractive, and not to take anything away from our black women, but we subject ourselves to the commentary sometimes. I'm going to take full responsibility for us and say, you have a choice as a black woman. Either you want to continue to follow the stigma and be a part of that stigma, or you can set yourself aside and say, okay, hey, as a black woman, I already know that you already expect me to come in here and be loud and ghetto. I'm not going to be that girl. I'm going to be something different. And I think we'll get a different response from our men.
Who is this chick? Hey, Miss Kathy.
Hey, Tammy, how you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. I see you giving them hell.
Always.
That's right.
No, she ain't doing nothing but practicing.
You guys just be on poor Tammy. Come on, cuz. Like that, really?
She ain't doing nothing but practicing.
They just don't quite understand like a real female's perspective. But you know what? I believe I definitely agree with what old girl just said. To be quite honest, yeah, that's 100%. I 100% agree. Because people do assume just because you're cute, you gotta be mixed with something. Like, no. What if I'm
That
100%
ain't true
black?
because I get told that I'm. You think I'm cute? I get asked if I'm mixed all the time. So
Do you
knock it off.
mixed with what though? Like,
They,
no, for real.
but they ask, what am I mixed with? Because I don't look. I guess my hair texture or whatever. They be trying to figure it out.
You Indian, man. You
Why you
Indian.
got what
That's
you
what
got that?
Kelly.
You got that?
That's
What you
okay.
got that?
You white? You have white in you? Your cousin Gary just told me they got white in. I mean, in them. Your what is it? Mr. Kelly mom was a full-blooded Indian. I seen pictures.
Oh, so you
I got
got
So
that
the,
Indian in your
I got the
family?
pictures and the
yeah,
pictures.
they got Indian in
I got
there.
the
Yep.
pictures and the pictures of her sister look more Indian than she do.
Oh,
No,
so you
I
got that like
seen
Shanae, my Shanae voice. You got that?
pictures.
You got that
She
Indian in
had
your
my long
family?
hair, and she was Indian. I seen that.
Long
I
hair.
never seen, Mr. Kelly's dad, but I seen the mama, and I talked to her on the phone, but I never got to meet her.
Talking about
But
old,
Gary had that
Uncle
good
B.
hair himself.
Talking about old Uncle B.
Mhm.
Got that hair is right here. See,
The little hair be all curled up.
my hair ain't
So
curly.
that's where y'all got that good hair from.
I don't know what good hair is.
And
Good
then,
hair.
I don't either.
well, the
Good hair
mixture,
is
the
a
good
racial.
mixture,
It's a
good
concept.
mixture of
Racial
gray
concept.
hair. So, and then Gary talking about, oh, you got white in it too. I was like, no, y'all don't. Say, my daddy just told me, my great granddaddy ancestry, he got white in them. I was like, oh, so now you white now, huh? You got some white?
Well, all black people are mixed with a plethora of
Yeah,
things. So
because it's back in the ancestry, way back, not just the current grandparents and parents.
yeah. Yeah. So, but
Mhm.
no, maybe you don't do that, Tim, or maybe people do ask you the same thing because they figured you supposed to have nappy kinky hair. So, oh, you must be mixed with something. That's the same thing. Just like if you're a pretty woman or if you not like super dark or super brown, they always assume you mixed with something.
I don't know. I disagree.
How you disagree? I mean, okay.
I disagree that they got to
You
think
ain't
you.
no,
I disagree
you ain't
that they
no.
got only if you cute they ask you if you mixed. That's what I disagree with.
I'm like, you ain't no brown or lighter skinned woman either.
And neither was she.
Well, she was about my color.
I'm gonna put her on again. Well, next girl, the Latina girl, come up and give her rebuttal.
Okay. As you're a Latino woman, okay, do you date black men?
I do.
You
I
do
love
or you
them.
don't?
I do.
Okay.
That's all I date.
Why do you prefer to date black men?
Oh, it's just the brown skin, the way that they actually treat women is differently than Latino men. They actually, well, the black men that I've dated before, they respect you, their background and their way of treating their mom and their family is different than Latino men. Latino men don't give a fuck about what they fucking do to you. And if you find out that if they have a side bitch or whatever, I believe the black man that I've dated, they're more respectful. Their wife is their wife, untouchable. You understand? So for me, it's something different. I love black men, so
Hold on, your pause it. Hold on for 1 second. That goes back to what me and just Guapo just said. Her experience with the black man is this amazing. I'm not discrediting our black men. I love y'all. I love y'all brown skin too. I love your dark skin. I love the milk chocolate, the vanilla chocolate. I love it all.
No. Come on, we filming. It's common courtesy.
I'm sorry.
It just goes back to what Guapo and I said. Her experience. You know, I'm not going to belittle our black men. I love the milk chocolate, the dark chocolate, the brown chocolate, all the melanin. But if I have to think about what I think when I see a black man off the rip, isn't always the most positive. So your experience with a black man is a great one. Your experience with the Latino man is a different one. If I have to interject and say my experience with a Latino man, they're more perverted to me. They're more, oh mommy, oh my God, oh my God, mommy. Look at that, look at that. They're very sexual, they're very open. They don't mind saying what the fuck is on their mind. They don't care. They want to lick your pussy in the street and they don't care. They're like, mommy, oh my God, lick your shit.
And you know what it is though?
Black men are not like that.
Being the black dude
men
though,
are not like that.
like in this, like it's crazy because
before we get to him, I wanted to. How we feel about what they said?
I completely agree with the black girl because I feel like, well, the reasoning behind it is a lot of, you know, different people have different experiences with, you know, different people, right? So some people tend to treat something that's not, that they're not used to. Like, for example, I mean, it's all across the board. People treat certain people certain ways, you know what I'm saying? So they'll treat, so, like, have you ever heard the saying, like, have you ever experienced it in your family to where you like, dang, my family treat me like this, but then they go treat strangers like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same concept. Like, black men could be like, okay, I'm used to being a black around black women. That ain't nothing new. I see this all the time. They all look, you know, whatever. And then go get with a Latin chick or a white chick and treat her like she's the queen of the Nile. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's every black man, but I'm saying it happens.
Yeah, but what stood out to me in that whole thing was the difference in how they said that the others treated them. Like for his Latina girl, she was saying that, you know, they gave her a more positive experience, and the black girl said, well, the Latin guys are seeing him as being more perverted. They just it's all about sex. It was just all about sex. There was nothing in her experience where the guys were like, I want to be with and build with you. It was just, oh, I think you're exotic. I'm gonna smash and
right.
Peace. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kathy, your mic is not on. We don't hear you. Oh, she left.
Whatever. They all, you know, that's with all men.
Right.
You know, I don't understand what's wrong with men. They think with their little head instead of their big head right here.
No, I disagree. That's not true.
They're always, you know, they have a beautiful wife or they have a significant, you know, other girlfriend, and they still sit up there and flirt with other women, and that disgusts me because I'm the type that I'll sit up there and put you in your place.
Girl, it happens all the time. You should see my inbox with people that be posting their beautiful girlfriends and then be in my inbox talking about when you gonna visit me. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's like, okay, if you having problems with your girlfriend or your wife, teach her as what you want. Like, it's not like she butt ugly, she fat, nothing. She's beautiful, but there's something wrong with the relationship. It's called communication, and it's called teaching. If she don't know how to suck no damn dick, teach the bitch how to suck your dick the way you want to be sucked. Okay? I mean, practice makes practice. You know, you don't sit up there, oh, I'm gonna go get it from somewhere else because you don't know how to suck dick or you don't want to suck my dick. I'm like that. You don't like sucking dick. I'm like, man, please, you gotta be spontaneous.
We got to get in the habit of watching language though, but we're not on YouTube.
I'm sorry, cuz, but you know, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry about that, cuz.
Yeah.
So far, I don't see no issues with what the black girl is saying. I'm like in complete agreement so far.
Oh, okay.
The Latina chick, I mean, I understand her perspective too, because they probably do treat her like that because she's something different. So they're like, oh, I'm going to treat her like she's the queen. You see what I'm saying?
They all should be treated like the queen. If that's who you're interested in and that's who you like and you want
Agreed.
to get to know, all women should be treated like queens, not a piece of meat. Who
Yeah.
does?
Let me
But
put
all
on.
women ain't queens, though,
I'm gonna
girl.
play homeboy and see.
Right. But at least give her that. I mean, that respect. She is a queen because she is a mother, or she
Right.
is a woman, and
Let's see
she
what
can
homeboy
be a
got to
mother.
say after that.
All right, let's see what homeboy
It's,
got.
like being a black man or a black woman, like we are so blessed because without us, the world would have no soul. You feel me? And it feels like the world will have, our music, how we dress, our food. Like we are the source of a lot of trends. So it's like when the black woman
Oh,
is a black man, she used to all of that. She used to him, having being in.
So she's used to him having.
She
She has just as much flavor.
Look, a black man's strengths to a black woman is normal. Him having rhythm, him being like her, him being cool with his mother, him being well endowed. So to her, that's normal. But to a Spanish woman, let's face it, having somebody who's tall, being well endowed, loving his mother, loving his grandmother, his whole swag is different. How he dresses. To her, we're different. And she don't care about, how, in the shade room is always black men this, black men that. But to a mommy, she got into that about black men cheat or black men. To her, you brand new.
Mhm.
And to a black woman, it comes from her father and the men she's been around, her uncles, and seeing no good black men. So her mind to a black man is like another, oh, he ain't shit. But to a mommy, she's not thinking that far. She's like, yo, that cute black nigga is fine. So now back to the money. At one point, you couldn't date Spanish girls. Their mother was very, very hard on it. But the one thing about Spanish mothers, if you get money, they will let their Spanish daughter date your ass.
Okay.
And get pregnant and move in.
I'm Spanish, French, and Portuguese, and no. My mom always said, yeah, go out and date. Go out, you don't have to stick to one man. Date and find and have a good time. But no.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to even speak on that, but I have seen a lot of white, I'm not going to say Spanish women, but I have seen a lot of white people, like a lot of white people let you date their daughters. They don't give a doggone as long as you got some money.
Yeah. And that's called a gold digger.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're material. They don't know what it is to love a person for who they are, not what they have.
Hypergamy.
Well, they trying to. Well, I know these white women. They try to secure the bag, and you know what I'm saying. That's their main thing. And it's funny how they try. Black men try to give black women that title when it's like, no, yo, Becky's and yo, you know what I'm saying. Kylie's is the one trying to secure the bag, baby.
But what I got from him, and what I got from him knowing what he was saying, is like kind of like we dismiss each other's strengths because it's like, oh, whatever. That's what I always see.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, whatever. That's nothing. So
that's new. That ain't nothing new under the sun. Yeah. A strong black woman ain't nothing. Ain't nothing new.
And because of those particular accolades that we overlook, we tend to focus in on the negatives. Mm-hmm. Like he said with the two women, when the black girl gave her experience and the Latino girl gave her experience, the guy was saying, the black girl ain't gonna see it that way, because even she said it herself, like that's her experience and how she experienced it. But from her, the black woman is not gonna look that far ahead. It's like if they see something familiar, like, oh, I already seen that before. He this type of, I already know not to mess with him. But the Latino girl is not gonna have that automatic negative connotation to it.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. That's totally understandable.
Y'all getting sleepy already? We 1 hour in.
No,
No,
that should be.
I just got home from work.
We 45 minutes in. I'm off of work and everything too, so I feel
Hey,
y'all.
we gonna be good. I mean, every show ain't gotta be 4 hours long, okay, Tim?
It gotta be that long. You gotta.
Nah,
He
that's
like,
too
he
long.
like, good. You're doing a good job, cuzzo. Keep it up.
Appreciate you. I'm gonna throw it back on.
Sure.
I don't know. I think it goes back to culture and like society. Because I mean, like you think about it, and like this first, like Tyra Banks was the first Sports Illustrated model, and like that's early 2000s. So it's like if that's quote unquote the standard,
The first
and,
black.
like, it's just hard to like kind of break out of that. And so we go from like all of these white women, and all in our society. And then, you switch and then, okay, Spanish women, they're kind of like white women. And then it's just like, okay, now black women. All right, white woman. It just,
Light skin black.
Even when a girl
Yeah,
has a black guy,
light skin,
even when a black girl has a black,
Even hold on, even when black men date, the whole thing when Chris Brown got beat up for the whole comment of I like my girls with good hair, and and the black women attacked him and said, well, most of the girls with these good curly black hair grades are light skinned.
Yeah.
So, like he said, if Tyra Banks is the standard of this slim, perfect face, nose, and because she's the top model, then how do I go from that? Watching it on TV, aspiring to have a woman like that in my house, and then I go to the streets of Manhattan, and that's not the typical black woman walking down the street. So now I have to find something associated closely to it, a white woman who understands a black man.
Exactly.
So now you don't take the white woman because you're like, damn, society's gonna beat me up, so I'm gonna go get me a fair-skinned black woman.
That's almost true. And no, that is kind of true. But I'm saying this though, like besides the all the superficial things, dating a Spanish woman for a black guy with a Spanish girl, the food is different. Her whole vibe is different, and like we're all creatures of wanting to like try new things and be a part of like new experiences. And being with a Spanish girl, to me, it feels different. Like your food is totally different than what I eat. The house looks different. The way you dress is different. How you smell is different. Like your hair is different. Now it's not better than a black woman's, but it's different. And people like to have changed.
You think you fall in love easier with a Spanish woman easier than you would with a black woman?
I mean, my answer to that, I'm gonna give you a real answer.
No?
I'm gonna give you a real answer. It don't matter her background as far as my love. But I tell you, me being a black man, being with something different, I may be more infatuated with a Spanish girl more than a black girl. Not that she's better than the black girl, but she's just different, Because my mother was black and my grandmother was black. So I seen all the food. I'm used to it. So getting some new beans and rice, a new chicken, a new woman that was raised differently than what I was raised different. Remember, a Spanish woman, they're raised to be a wife.
But why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real.
Say that again?
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. If the daddy wasn't shit, I'll raise you alone by myself, be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their guard up ready. Like, I ain't beat for your shit, nigga. I know what's going on. Now, a Spanish girl is raised to serve. Yeah. They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. Let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got up with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on her in Spanish about da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up with my own plate, she gonna say, that's a damn good nigga. He got his own shit. I like him, Shirley. He got his own shit. But Maria better get up and get that plate and get it washed and show him you are a wife. They raised their woman to be catering. Am I wrong or no?
How y'all feel about that?
I don't think that's not necessarily true, because I know Black women that are wives and who were raised in 2-parent households, and no, they're my like I have one person in mind that I'm thinking of, and no, her mother's not. No, she's not like that. It was far from that. Not no, I ain't taking your shit. No, it wasn't like that. So I think it's all about the way a person was raised. I think a lot of Black women tend to have to be strong because they have to be, but every Black woman's father wasn't a piece of crap either. You see what I'm saying?
Now, something he said that stuck out to me that I actually did experience is because I never went to a Spanish girl house, so I don't know about that. But the part that I did experience is that I went over to the girl I was talking to house. Her parents offered me food. I ate. When I was done, I got up, took the plate, raked it in the trash and rinsed it off and put it in the sink or whatever. And the mom did exactly that. Girl, I like him. He you know what I mean? I like him. So that part to me stuck out because I experienced that. So I can see how the other side could be true too. That in a different household with a different set of upbringings and a different culture altogether, that if they're being taught to cater to men, that it could be a problem. That her, like you said, her mom went off on her on Spanish, like, you were supposed to get his, why you let that man get up and put his plate away? You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of culture that divides us like that too.
But it's a lot of Black people that feel that way too. How many times have we seen the debate of who do you feed first, your kids or your man? So there's a lot of Black people that think like that.
But that's the problem, is that for us, it's a debate. What do you do first? For them, it's already set in stone. This is what happens. This is the rule. It's not a debate. This is the rule. See, that's what the difference is.
Well, I'm just saying, for us, we're less of a monolith then, because you got some people that's like, I'm feeding my kids first. The kids eat first. Then you got people that's like, no, my man eat first. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, with Black people are not a monolith.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There are plenty of Black women that are raised to be wives, and just being a servant or just being subservient or serving a man doesn't make you not, a wife. I mean, it doesn't make you a wife.
And that's a perfect segue into the next topic. Right after I send this invite. Right after I send these invites, people are hitting me up, trying to figure out if they want to get in. Okay, sent the invites, is up to them to join. So let me switch the screen share to, what is this one, and this is the more quote unquote more controversial stand. This is gonna make y'all feel some type of way.
Like she said.
Can y'all see it?
And Amanda alluded to that. She's saying if you make less, okay, cool, but if you make less and you still can't take care of the basic necessities in this relationship or in our house, that's the problem. If you make less and you fail to monetize a skill that you have that financially benefits our household, that's a problem. Okay, cool, you make 60, but you're also an electrician. That brings in 40,000 extra in our house a year. That means all the lights, the ceiling fans, all the shit electrically based or whatever, you take care of it. So that's monetizing what your skill is. So it adds to our household.
That's called providing. And I want to make sure that y'all understand that men provide in more than just a financial way. And that's my problem, because if I sit here and ask, okay, cool, if I pay every bill in this house, right? And I fix everything in this house because I'm an electrician. What are you bringing to the table as a woman? What do you realistically do other than have sex?
Oh, you asking me?
I'm asking like,
okay, so are you asking her as a woman that makes more?
I'm just asking.
I'm gonna let you know.
What are you bringing? Actually, every lady here, I want to know, what are you bringing to the table for the man that takes care of you?
Here we go, and take notes. So what I do is I make that house that you pay that mortgage for, I make it at home. I cook the meals. I'm washing clothes.
That's $100 a week.
Don't play with me.
I can get it made.
No. You see that? And see, that's where you're going wrong. It costs more than $100 a week to have somebody cook for you, to have somebody clean up after you. Because a lot of times you men become our children. All right, we dress y'all, we pick out y'all clothes, we cook for y'all, we wash y'all clothes, we clean up behind y'all. When y'all leave your little piss
Aaron,
on the
that's
floor.
what you're a good woman. That's what you do. But let's be clear here. It's a lot of. I own a barbershop. I got you. But you saying we. Speak for yourself. Because I work in a barbershop, right? I own my own shop. The men complain that it started off that way, but then they start slacking. They don't do what they don't keep up with that same type of energy, but they expect the man to keep that same energy of continue on providing in that aspect. So I'm hearing the complaints. So you can speak for yourself, but a lot of women say, I don't want to cook.
But I
they
keep
want you to
saying
provide,
that.
but they don't want to cook.
I keep saying that. We're talking about Aaron Campbell.
Okay.
So
don't say we then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's backtrack. I make a house a home. All the furniture you get to come home and lay up on, I pick that shit out. Right. You know what I'm saying? When the paper towels go away in the bathroom, you know, grocery store to get them, who gets on Amazon to get that. All the shit that you don't eat.
That was a song. She got papers.
We can't hear you, Tim.
You can't hear me?
I say, how y'all feel about that now?
Oh, you want to go, Kathy, or you want me to go?
Go. I
just, I don't feel that that's all that women provide. And my thing is like we said earlier, I feel like if you just want somebody to pay 50-50 with you with the bills, just say that, number one. Number two, I don't think it's just, okay, well, what do you provide other than sex and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it just depends on what a person is really looking for. What are you looking for? Are you looking for somebody to pay half the bills? Are you looking for a partnership? Are you looking for a helpmate? Make that clear what you're really looking for, and then we won't have them issues. And I feel like you are crazy man. You out your mother effing head if you pick a woman that ain't doing nothing but just providing sex for you.
Exactly. You don't take care of nobody. That it should come as 50-50, as you know, a relationship and all that.
Right. And if you the type of man that's like, okay, no, I'm gonna be the sole provider, then don't go to the barbershop and complain about it.
Exactly. Because you opened your mouth and what do you put it? You enabled her.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
The argument he made was that
you don't have to work. I got it. I'm a man. A man, yes, to provide for his wife, his household, his family.
But that's what he was saying.
Women is supposed to be that backbone, that rib. So when, say, like your husband gets hurt, and you enabled her to sit up there and say, babe, you just stay home and take care of the kids and, make sure things are, clean and all that stuff. So now she ain't working and your husband ain't working and you guys bills are piling up. Then you enabled her. That's wrong. It should be as a marriage, as a relationship, if you living in with your man or vice versa, is to come as one. Get all your bills down there, and then you like, okay, half and half. Get that shit paid.
Right. And my thing is this: if you take on that responsibility, then just take on that responsibility. Don't go to the barbershop and complain.
Right.
What the argument he was making was that was their agreement initially. He did a certain thing and she did a certain thing. What he said that they were having issues with and why they were going to the barbershop and talking about was is that, yeah, this is what we agreed to, and now over time, she's not meeting her end of the bargain no more. She's slacking off. Yeah, it started off with her cooking meals and all of that, cleaning and all of that good stuff, but now the time has passed. It's like she ain't doing that no more.
Well then, baby, we gonna have to regroup and let's talk about what needs to be done in this relationship.
That's right. And if you can't do it no more, then it's bye-bye.
Then exactly. Something gotta happen, or
Yes, because it's not fair. It can't be one-sided. If a man comes home and provides, or if both parties provide and comes home and is tired and all that stuff, it should be compromised. But like, babe, I know it's too much to cook and same thing here, but we can order something. It has to be some compromise.
Right, because it happens on the opposite end too. Sometimes it's like, okay, you got two couples and they provided 50-50, whatever for the household, but then the man still expects the woman to go out, work, come home, do the cleaning and do the, take care of the kids and do the cooking. And it's like, okay, really?
And then once you have sex after you trying to eat,
okay, like you said,
no, you better get into that bathroom or get that porn and I'm tired. I'm tired. Sorry.
On that note, I'm about to play the video.
Even think about that makes your life easier. I do that.
Let me ask you a question, right? Everything that you're telling me can be bought. Guess what? I can have an assistant order me paper towels and toilet paper and groceries on Amazon. Actually, I get Whole Foods delivered to my house weekly. It's a subscription. I get meal preps every week. My meal preps is $120 and I get 3 meals a day. I make myself my own breakfast. That's 4 square meals. I have another cleaning lady. She charges me $100 a week to come clean. You are only saving me $600. In a nutshell,
maybe you
$600 to $800. But what I'm saying,
maybe I live in a 5,000 square foot home. I'm managing
your
that
services can be paid for. So what are you bringing outside? Listen, if you ask a man, what is he bringing to the table? I'm bringing a house to the table
that I can also pay for myself.
Okay, but you're not.
But I can.
But you're not.
But I can.
But you're not, and you're not willing to.
That's the point. I was taking care of myself before I was married.
And then you got married and stopped taking care of yourself.
Multiple mortgages. I still take care of shit. That's the thing.
Listen, I'm not saying you can't make money. What I'm saying is what you're bringing to this table is a service that can be paid for versus what a man has to bring to the table for your life. You can't buy somebody to buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house. I can't buy a person to come give me a house, give me a car, take care of me, and make sure all my bills
are in the house.
And
do that. That's what
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that you're not, and I'm saying that you're not willing to.
Did you hear what I said? I've done it before that, so I can and I will. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he having a little bit too much drink. Give me some, bro.
Right. Can I get some of what you drinking? I think he's diminishing what women bring to the table, like all together. Like, dang, what you trying to say? That if you gay, just say that. No.
It's like he don't need no woman because he can buy this.
If you gay, just say
that a woman can do.
Gay, just say that, brother.
Then I can say, well, even more power too, bro.
But for me, I'm saying honestly, just in all jokes aside, I feel like you could say the same thing about men. You could say, well, I could buy everything you bring into the table too. I could buy penis if I want it. I go buy myself a.
Well, that's the point of why he said you're not willing to, because like we talked about on the last show, when the guy was saying like, ain't no woman gonna submit to a man in the house that she paid for. Ain't no woman gonna submit to a man and accept being a passenger in the car that she bought.
It's a lot of women.
But that's the argument the argument that he's making, though. It's like, yeah, he even said it. I'm not saying that you can't make money, because you can't. Women can make money. He's saying, but you're not willing to. Women want a man that's gonna put. Not all. He's saying that
I'm like, I know some women that ain't getting provided
that want to provide. I ain't never met, me personally, I have never met a woman say, girl, I want to find me a Dusty so I can raise him up and take care of him. And
They don't say that. They don't say that, but they do it though.
I ain't seen it yet.
You ain't seen it yet. Shit.
I was sitting up there with your
Yes,
cousin.
you
He
have.
had nothing.
No, but did you?
wanted
No,
to die
the point that I'm saying is did you say this the kind of man I was looking for? I got just what I said I
No,
wanted.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
Nobody.
saying.
We love the person for who they
just like
So
okay,
that, but
just
that's
like,
the point. That's the point.
just like a man is never gonna say, "I want me an ugly woman. I want a woman." When men say that stuff, they be just kidding around. But don't no man really be like, "I want me a big fat." I mean, ooh, let me stop that. Big out of shape woman, and she ain't very cute, and she ain't this, and don't no man gonna say that. But guess what? They have them. So just like ain't no woman gonna go out there and say, "I'm finna go get me no Dusty," but guess what? They still do it.
What about when they talking about I'm gonna go get you a sugar daddy? I ain't want no damn
Because they got too much. They got too much going on now. They got Viagra and Cialis, and no,
They
he
do
gonna want
that
some sugar.
rhino, girl. That rhino. my ex-boyfriend, he used to pop that rhino junk, and he only 41 years old. I was like, wow.
See, they got too much. They got too much now. That sugar daddy gonna want some sugar, and I ain't got time.
I know they had him in the gas station. He cheap. But
you ever tried one, Chris? Have you ever tried one of those?
No. I'm gonna put it back on. Let them a little bit more.
Try to answer that.
Let the other lady talk to the other sister on here. Let me see what she's talking about. The chocolate one.
Interject here. Can I do that? So I just want to say that besides Aaron, I feel like other women have a different approach on what they bring to the table. So me specifically, I'm not a female that says I cook, says I clean. I could definitely do all those things, but I definitely don't want anyone to feel like that's my job as a woman in a house. So yeah, I'm not going to come and say that that's what I'm doing. Me as a female, as a boss, as an entrepreneur, I'm going to dish the money. You'll never know that I make more than you, that I make less than you. I'm always going to treat my partner as an equal. Me, even if I'm making more than you, I will never want to take the masculinity away from my partner in saying, oh, well, I make more and blah, blah, blah. But if we're going to go half and half on the bills, I'll pay this bill and this bill. What you paying this month? I'm gonna dish out the money, and I've always been.
Listen, you could tell. First of all, you're not gonna be my wife, and I don't know how much money you make. That just doesn't even make sense to me.
It's not like literally you don't know how much I'm making, but I'm not going to make it obvious in our households.
Wait, but let's talk about. He's bringing up something real.
So say if you and your say if you and your man, right? Y'all partner, you and your partner, right? You're equal, right? According to Amanda, you're equal, right? Y'all got $10,000 in a joint account, right? You make more money than him.
Can we clarify how the 10,000 got there?
Oh.
No, is it 50-50?
Yeah, it's a
listen. Listen. It can be. Listen, you're right. Just say you put in. It's 50-50. Just say it's 50-50. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it even because that's your equal, right? So now here we go. So now this man, he needed a car, right? You make more money than him. You got a car, and he takes $9,000 and go buy a car. How would you feel?
I wouldn't put up with that. And I know, but I'm gonna just say like this. So I do work hard for my money, and I'm only downplaying how much money I make to, I don't know, appease you, I guess. But I do want to reference, I never remember this movie every time I want to talk about it, but that Tyler Perry movie where Janet Jackson got the HIV because her husband was cheating on her. Anybody know that movie?
Something for Black girls.
Four Color Girls.
Yeah.
Right. She was a lawyer. She made more money than her husband, and her husband took out a lot of the money out of their joint account, and she was pissed. And I understand that's not okay. But and then now I do want to reference Crazy Rich Asians, where the girl felt guilty for having way more money than her husband. So she used to shop on the low. So that's maybe something I would do, but not like shop on the low, but have a different account.
But what is the problem? Please help me out here. What is the problem for a man don't mind his woman making more money than him? What is the problem?
I don't personally believe that there is a problem for people who make that decision. If that's your decision to not feel a certain way, baby, that's on you. But as for me, in my house, this is how I feel. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of women of a certain age and of a certain tax bracket may feel the same way.
Well, I actually want to say, and I kind of agree with one thing that she says, and she said of her age. And that's a big factor because, you know, I really, really sat down and thought about this. And I personally feel like, you know, you got the typical traditional way, right, where the man has to provide the house and everything, right? Because growing up, in the 1985, let's just say, or 1940s, women had less rights or made less money. So the man had to compensate for the restrictions that they placed on women. But now we're in 2021. There is no restrictions on women.
Rico.
Women can get a great job. Women do have great jobs.
That's
Women
right.
have the right to go to
Is there
college.
equal pay?
Yes, actually.
No,
Wait,
it's not.
time out, guys. Time out, guys. I want to. We're gonna get right into that, but I want to let you know there is equal pay, but it is multivariate. But before I dive into that, women do have that great right, and they deserve it. I'm not saying that women don't deserve it. I'm actually happy to see that women can do everything that a man could do in terms of any occupation or any type of earning money or earning a salary. And now in 2021, when a woman can make the same amount of money as a man, like when I went to college at Montclair State University, 63% were women. You understand?
So
that means
y'all run-
37% were men. That means there was almost double women in a college institute that I was in.
That means y'all run the work. Y'all actually, there's more y'all in the workforce. So
Exactly.
yes, men probably make more money if they get that position. But people like us of color, right? They actually want to hire the black woman because you're a woman and you are a minority. So for us, we still trying to get that job. So yeah, if I got that position that you was in, yes, I would make more money than you. But the thing is, if I could get that position, so it still balances out.
All right, let's unpack some of that.
I was just about to say that's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, let's unpack some of that. So the whole women making more money than men, how we feel about that? Is it a thing? Is it all women? You know, is that a thing? Does a man that make less money than his woman forfeit respect?
No, I just feel like for me and my, you know, for all intents and purposes, for me, I don't want a man that's making less money than me. And the reason why is because I don't want to have the power struggle. I don't want to have the ego issues. I don't want to have none of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
but for me, that doesn't come with money. That comes with personal insecurities. That's what I get out of that.
Everybody's independent.
No, I'm sorry. You kind of bleeped out. I don't know if it's my phone, but what'd you just say?
Did you wrestle some keys around or something?
Yeah, you can hear him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, we were waiting for you to say something.
I don't know. I'm losing reception with y'all because I'm walking around now. But I'm sorry. I missed what you said to me.
No, I was saying that the power struggle to me, it's only there if there is insecurity within that man.
Right.
Because if he's secure in himself, the only reason the man that's secure in himself will feel some type of way about that type of scenario would be if the woman threw it in his face.
Mm-hmm. Right. You should never do that. Doesn't matter how much you guys make.
That's true, but I agree.
Because that's just like it makes the person feel like, oh, I'm not good enough for you. You know, no, never do that. Be grateful that if one's a doctor and one's a lawyer, be grateful for that, because you guys are both don't have to worry about debt. You guys both can pay for
Doctors, lawyers
things.
got a gang of debt. It's called student loan.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying this.
And you
I
can take
mean,
care of your
that's
kids.
fine because
You
I don't
know,
throw.
you don't worry.
Well, I don't throw stuff like that in men's faces, and that's why I just don't do it. Just it's a
Yeah,
personal preference of mine. I'd rather my man make more money. That's it. But as far as when they were talking about just like the whole thing of like spending money and this and that, I mean, I get how that could maybe an issue, but I'm like, first of all, I have a friend, and he said his system is this. He said his woman gonna have to sit back and let him quarterback the situation. He said, because okay, if I'm making 100 grand a year and she making only 40, I'm not gonna make her pay no half and half. He said, but at the same time, we just do a percentage, right? So if we say, for example, I'm just throwing a number out there. Say we say 60% of our money that we make go towards the pot to take care of the bills, this, that, whatever that we do, and then the other 40% is for our vacations or whatever. And I mean, 20% of your vacations, your whatever, and then the other 20% you can spend how you want it, right? So I was like, yeah, to be quite honest, ain't nothing wrong with that. I like that kind of plan, and and it's just you just have to have somebody that's logical to work that type of stuff out. It shouldn't be, well, I make more money, so I could go in the joint account and I can do this and I can do what I want. Like, no.
No, but that defeats the purpose of you guys. I mean, having money in the account as jointly to take care of whatever. And it should be where, okay, you talk about it, okay? Because now it's like, okay, I can see the guy don't have a car. Okay, you talk about it. And you think around and you find whatever car you like and, the right price. Then you say, babe, I mean, I'll put it back, but can I have this money that we put to save for our, whatever?
Right, you just have to
our life for a car, and I'll put it back. So if you put it back, it shouldn't be oh, you took the money out? Really? I'm like, and you didn't even see nothing?
And my thing is this: you got to make a decision. Either it's a partnership or it's not. You see what I'm saying? If it's a partnership, then okay, I shouldn't have no issue if you come to me and say, babe, I need a new car. I'm gonna take this out the joint account, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right, because he or she's gonna put it back, so it's not gonna.
I don't know. That's my thoughts.
You know what I mean? That's how I feel about that.
What about the medium income? Because the example you used, Tammy, was a man that made 100 grand. The median income for Black men is $51,000, between 40 to 51,000.
Okay.
And the median income for women is 35 to 41,000.
Okay.
So that's the median means the average. So most. So anybody making 100K and all of that up there are in
it still goes by I still think it's percentage wise. Even if you making 20 and she making 30 and y'all ain't really got money like that, it's still percentage wise. 60% need to go to the household and take care of the bills we have and this and that. The 120% could go towards whatever, and the other 20% you got for your pocket. I mean, I still think that the same rules can apply.
Right. Have
you just live a different type of lifestyle than a lot of people.
And that means you can't be spending, go gambling, go shopping. It should be, I mean, do your research before you say, oh, okay, I'm going to go shopping. It's my birthday. Okay. All right. But do your research,
Right. I think percentages work very well.
Where is the compromising lifestyle coming in? Because that's what it all boils down to.
Lifestyle come in because y'all both ain't making very much money. Shit.
Right. Exactly. So it can't be like, babe, I want to go with the boys and go to the strip club. Oh no, you don't.
Right.
With our money we work hard for, or I want to go gamble on a basketball game or football game. No, you're not. That can go on a bill
percent
or
of our
some
income,
food.
or if me contributing 60, or if a person contributing 60% of their income to the household leaves them with $20 in their pocket, then yeah, that's all. I mean, shit. I don't know what to tell them, but
Right. It has to
you
be
know what I'm
used
saying?
for important stuff that benefits you guys, period, in your life. Not because you want
Right.
to go and party. No, sorry, your party ended when you had kids, when you got into
Right.
a
Or
marriage.
if you that man, or if you that man, like, okay, say your girl don't really make, or your wife don't really make too much money, and you making a little
Right.
more. If you feel generous enough, be like, all right, baby, you only got to contribute 40%, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's on you if you make that decision.
Right.
I do agree that it's all based on what works for the couples too, because there are some women that believe that if ain't no such thing as letting the man pay for everything, because if you do, then that means he want to control everything.
I mean, with a lot of people, that's true though.
Yeah,
Because
I
not
mean,
even
they
just a
are
man. It's not even just men.
yeah.
It's women too. It's
Yeah,
women
that
too.
the man
It's
is
women out
taking care
there.
of the woman, they better kiss the ground they walk on, because they're taking
Yeah.
care of you when you're an able-bodied and healthy, and you're supposed to
Right.
be the rib. You're not supposed to be. He's supposed to take care of you. He ain't taking care of no grown
It's
ass
women
woman.
out there. Yeah, and it's
I
women
mean,
out
even
there
though
that do
that's your
this.
wife, but it's like, babe, what happens if I get hurt, or I can't work no more?
And there's women
No.
out there that do the same thing. Women
Yeah.
out there that pay for most of the bills in the house, and they think they call the shots.
And then they rub it in their faces, and that's wrong. You don't rub nothing in the face.
Right, you ain't nothing. It's not for me. You wouldn't have nowhere to live.
Right.
I'm
And I'm like, how?
Man, you
Why would
ain't
you?
looking out for me.
And I don't understand that, because I'm like, why would you
Look how
do that to a man? Well, how could you respect a man that you do that to? I don't want to be sleeping with nobody I don't respect.
Right. I'm gonna play the video a little bit more, and we're gonna unpack a little bit more. It's actually only about 4 minutes, 5 minutes left of the video left.
Which is why 40%, going back, he used 38%, but CNBC said 40%
As of 2019.
As of 2019, they are heterosexual relationships.
Are making more money.
More money than the men.
So, because there was like almost double females at the college, is probably just based on the fact that like men can work for the union or blue collar jobs, where like women typically don't apply for those jobs. They have to go to school to get that career that's going to give them that check. Anything STEM, anything with benefits, like with COVID-19, healthcare. That's really what's like super current, like right now. Will I be okay and sustain if anything were to happen to me, like in a hospital or anything? But within the relationship, there has to be like, regardless of whatever is happening in the household, regardless of whoever is taking the responsibility of the mortgage, the other party has to have this opportunity based on the standards of the relationship to contribute and make investments to the household. And if not, if the male prefers that, he just wants to take care of it and he wants to hire people to take care of it, okay, then let's talk about the entrepreneurship. Let's talk about real estate. Okay, so let's talk about this next property. Babe, I want to put my money into this, and let's double it. Let's triple it, let's quadruple it. That's an alpha female and an alpha male, they probably don't argue about money because they're probably just making it work for them,
I didn't understand that. Really.
Is it just me, or is the video messing up?
It's just you. Oh, it's messing up for both of y'all? It was messing up for both of y'all?
It was to a little point until you stopped it.
Like, I ain't even hearing nothing they were saying, what they were talking about.
I'll rewind it a little then.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was like almost double females at the college is probably just based on the fact that like men can work for, you know, the union or blue collar jobs where like women typically don't apply for those jobs. They have to go to school to get that, you know, career that's going to give them that check, you know, anything STEM, anything with benefits, like with COVID-19, you know, healthcare. That's really what's like super current, like right now. Will I be okay and sustain if anything were to happen to me, like in a hospital or anything? But within the relationship, there has to be like, regardless of whatever is happening in the household, regardless of whoever is taking the responsibility of the mortgage, the other party has to have this opportunity based on the standards of the relationship to contribute and make investments to the household. And if not, if the male prefers that, you know, he just wants to take care of it and he wants to hire people to take care of it, okay, then let's talk about the entrepreneurship. Let's talk about real estate. Okay, so let's talk about this next property. Babe, I want to put my money into this, and you know, let's double it, let's triple it, you know, let's quadruple it. You know, that's an alpha female and an alpha male. You know, they probably don't argue about money because they're probably just making it work for them.
All right, let's unpack that, people.
Okay. I don't even like the concept of alpha female, to be quite honest.
That when she said, that's why I stopped it there, because I was like,
Yeah, I don't like that concept, but
those are terms that only women think in, like power couple and stuff. Men don't think in terms like that at all.
okay.
What's going on? What's going on, John?
What's up?
I don't like the alpha female term, but I don't think a alpha female quote unquote and an alpha male quote unquote would get along at all, because everybody want to wear the pants. That's
Yeah,
what it seems like to me.
It ain't gonna work because they don't say I'm like wearing the pants of the family, and you know, yeah, no, it ain't work that way.
Right.
Too many Chiefs and not enough Indians.
There you go. Too many Chiefs and not enough Indians.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like
situation seems like to me.
It's already, we know a man's supposed to, you know, be a man and take care of the family, the king that he is. That's already, we already
that's
know.
the argument that's being made though now, Kathy, is that those traditional gender roles and stuff like that are seen as archaic now and old-fashioned. So that's why it's a group of young people sitting there arguing like, well, if I take care of the house, what you gonna do? Well, if I take care of the house, what you gonna do? And the women are saying, well, if I make money and you make money, then we can agree to what the other guy was saying. That both, that's why she said the alpha female and the alpha male can both agree. Okay, well, we're gonna agree to have a maid, and we're gonna agree to have this and that, and we're gonna just focus all of our energy on buying more properties and investing it and building up our household.
I could see that if the people are compatible enough, but I still don't see it if you're calling yourself alphas in the first place.
I think two alphas is, like you said, that's too many Chiefs. It's hard to have two alphas.
Right.
Hi, you don't look like a bear anymore.
Oh, you did? What made you shave it?
Shit was fucking itching. Shit was long.
And it's summertime.
And it's summertime. I was out there in the fucking.
You don't need all that beard stuff.
I mean, I love it. Oh, see, we had this discussion last time, Kathy. Okay, I love beards.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
tape makes it smell good and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully it smells good. I mean, you go over there and kiss your man, and it's like, okay. I see a little bit of cheese on you. You might want to lick it off that.
Sorry, we got off on a tangent for a minute. Yes.
Tammy, you say you love beards, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna show you a picture, right?
Oh.
And when you see this picture,
all
I want you to think about is how you feel looking at this picture is how men feel about weaves.
Oh, all that with his beard falling off. I'm gonna be like, baby, I got some glue for you. What kind of glue you use? What kind of glue you use? Well, the men that I date don't care about my weave. They say my hair is cute, so I don't care.
See that right there?
So I don't care.
So if you met a dude and he had a lace beard, you're gonna be cool and be like, I don't care, it's still cute.
I'll be like, baby, what kind of glue you use? Because your glue is coming up. Your lace front is coming up, baby. We can't have you out here looking like that. That's what I'm gonna say.
But I'm saying though is y'all go to the water park or something. His beard get wet.
That's probably that nail.
Well, I don't care. I go to the water park. My hair don't be coming up like that. So I don't care.
You know what I'm saying? You go to the water park or something.
Oh, you're not right. Be nice.
I don't care. I do not care.
That's why you put on one of those swimming caps.
See, that's why you put on one of them swimming caps. Nah, I don't care. The men I date, they like my hair, so it doesn't matter.
So what has this show mostly been about today? Okay, we're going back to the video.
Yeah, it's only 2 minutes left.
Okay.
I'm gonna play about 30 seconds to 60 seconds, and then we unpack it.
Okay.
You know, if you have it, why not double it? And any woman who is making significantly more or less, and it doesn't matter who has more or less, although the 50-50 investment is there, then the relationship is gold.
Yeah, and I mean, and I say this all the time. I really personally feel as if there always has to be contributions, and the relationship has to be reciprocal. I'm not going to get into any, especially like me. I'm not the newest generation, but I'm like on the edge of the newest and the one right before. So I kind of see both aspects, and I personally feel like I watch a lot of women be successful, and I watch a lot of women not successful. Right? Same thing with men, but at the same time, I'm focused on my partner. So my spouse, as a woman, I'd rather choose the one that has the success rather than choose the one that doesn't have the success. And if you do have the success, then I'm asking you to contribute your success to whatever me and you have. So what?
All right.
Okay, but what about motivate the woman and lift her up? And if he loves her, and if she doesn't have, what he has, what about motivating her? Babe, go to school. I'll pay for your schooling so you can go to school, and so you can be on that same level. You don't knock her down. Oh, I don't want that. Same thing with a woman. They ain't gonna want no man that just want to lay up and don't even have a job. That's how I feel about that. No, you don't knock a person down. It could be a good person, a good man, a good woman, and because they're not up in your bracket, that's why you motivate them and you uplift them and you build them up.
I agree, but
that sounds like something broke people say.
That's what I'm gonna say. And
seriously. It's like, okay, girl, you don't have no car, you don't have this. I can't fuck with you. No.
And I'm gonna say
there was a time in history. There was a time in history where men would be like that, like she ain't got no car, nothing, none of that, and he would still try to holler. But now, it's kind of like you see nowadays. You see the men starting to portray and embody some of the quote unquote
feminine
women's qualities and standards.
Well,
because before, from a traditional point of view, it wouldn't matter if a woman didn't have a job. If a man was into her, he would pursue her. He would put her in the house and take care of her and work and all of that. And it wouldn't matter if she didn't have any of that. But it's not like that now. It's like, well, what do you bring to the table?
And I'm gonna say what I said earlier. If you're looking for somebody to pay 50-50, just say that. Stop playing these stop pussy popping and backsliding, and just say you're looking for somebody that's willing to pay 50%.
Yeah, I was looking at his dangling earring just that time. Tammy might be right.
Yeah.
Full dangling earring. Hold on. What you think? What you think, John?
Well, if the woman's not paying 50%, then
Okay. Or if you're looking for somebody to just contribute, period. Like even if you say, because we talked about this earlier too. I said if your woman ain't making as much money as you, and you say, you know what, baby, okay, I know you ain't really making that much money, but if you want her to contribute, period, just say that. Stop playing games, talking about some, I'm the provider, I'm the this, I'm the that. Just say, look, I need you to contribute too.
it sounds like that's what he was kind of saying. Was that what he was saying?
That's what it sounded like to me.
At the end, that's what he was saying. But what he was saying earlier was
what can you do for me? What do you bring to the table? If I take care of everything, blah, 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 blase, 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 rather than just saying, I want somebody that's going to contribute.
Too, that's pretty much the end of that video, so I can back it up.
That's what we was talking about earlier today? That same video?
We were trying to talk about this earlier. Let me see.
Well, we were talking about another video.
No, him and I were on the phone earlier.
Oh, okay, sorry. But no, but instead of, dancing around the issue, just say you looking for somebody to contribute, period. Even if it's, 10%.
Let's let John hear a little bit of this.
Don't even think about that makes your life easier. I do that.
Let me ask you a question, right? Everything that you're telling me can be bought. Guess what? I can have an assistant order me paper towels and toilet paper and groceries on Amazon. Actually, I get Whole Foods delivered to my house weekly. It's a subscription. I get meal preps every week. My meal preps is $120, and I get 3 meals a day. Make myself my own breakfast. That's 4 square meals. I have another cleaning lady. She charges me $100 a week to come clean. You are only saving me $600. In a nutshell,
maybe you
$600 to $800. But what I'm saying,
I live in a 5,000 square foot home.
I'm saying your services can be paid for. So what are you bringing outside? Listen, if you ask a man, what is he bringing to the table? I'm bringing a house to the table.
That I can also pay for myself.
Okay, but you're not.
But I can.
But you're not.
But I can.
But you're not, and you're not willing to. That's the point.
I was taking care of myself before I was married.
And then you got married and stopped taking care of yourself.
Mortgages. I still take care of shit. That's the thing.
Listen, I'm not saying you can't make money. What I'm saying is what you're bringing to this table is a service that can be paid for versus what a man has to bring to the table for your life. You can't buy somebody to buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house. I can't buy a person to come give me a house, give me a car, take care of me, and make sure all my bills
but I
in the house ain't
do that. That's what he.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that you're not. And I'm saying that you're not willing to.
Did you hear what I said? I've done it before.
All right, John, how you feel?
Okay, so I mean, we talked about it earlier, so you heard my opinion. But what is the? I never heard the end of the video.
Oh, we didn't hear your opinion.
But so what is he? Hold on. So what is he saying that he wants her to bring to the table?
No, that's never what is established. His whole point is that as men, what we bring to the table, as far as she can't go by that, and he keeps saying she's like, I can do that. He says, yeah, I'm not saying you can't do that, but you're not willing to. Basically.
She said she was willing to over and over.
No, because he didn't word it, or he wasn't wording it the way he was supposed to. Basically, he was trying to say is that if men can't say, well, men can say it, but it's not realistic and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen for men to be like, I want a woman that's going to come take care of me and pay all my bills and buy me a car. And
yeah, but we do want women that's going to come take care of us.
I don't want to do nothing but cook and clean and all of that.
I think it's just
he wants to
it
flip
depends
the
on what you value, what you want. I didn't hear what he want, and that was my argument the whole earlier. He's like, I can get this, I can get this.
Right.
She can go get somebody to pay for her shit too.
That's what I said too.
She can go
she can even pay for penis if she wants to.
But it ties in. It ties in.
That's what my argument was. I didn't know what he wanted. What all he was saying is,
and I agree with that. He still don't say what he wants. But
and that's why I said he needs to stop pussy popping and just say he wants somebody to help him pay the bills.
Yeah, that's what it sounds. I mean, it
Or
sounds like he wants somebody to help him pay the bills, but he don't want to say it because he want to, be the man of the house still.
Right.
It sounds a little bit like that.
Yeah, you can't be a man of the house and be taken care of. No, it ain't working like that.
I don't think he
I don't
wants
know
to
what
be
he
taken care of.
I said it before I saw the video. I said, it sounded like it was coming from a woman perspective. It sounded like maybe he don't want a
like
woman.
he wants to be the woman,
That's
and
what I
then
said.
the woman take care of him.
John
I've
just
never
rolled.
seen a picture of the dude, but it sounded like he might be gay. And it sounded like that. Didn't I say that earlier, Tim? I said, what does he want?
That's
I
what
never saw.
we were just making fun
That's
of that
funny
right
because
now.
I just said that too. I said,
I was
if
making
you
fun of his little
gay, I said,
dangling
if you
earring.
gay, bro, just say that.
But I said that before I saw him. I said that before I saw him. What do you want? Okay. He's saying everything I can get from a woman, I can buy. That's true.
See, earlier in the argument,
just have maids here in the house right now.
See, earlier in the argument, there's a brother that talks about how he owns a barbershop, and in the barbershop, they talk about he said men come in there and they say, well, yeah, these women, they did come in and they would cook and they would clean and all of that, but now they slacking off and they still expecting me to retain my role of paying everything, fixing everything, doing all of this, maintaining everything, but now they're not keeping their end of what they said that they would do with cooking, cleaning, whatever.
That's a different conversation, but I agree
Exactly.
With that.
That's all still part of this same conversation.
It's
No,
not
it's
so.
a different conversation.
That's a complete different conversation.
The thing about it is, and he makes a great point because
listen.
If I make 60 and you make 80, and we live in an apartment that's just say $1,800, say $2,000 a month, right? So if you're not paying the rent, I'm the person that's paying the rent. You might be paying a light bill. But and at the end of the day, if I'm paying the rent, you save what? That's $24,000 a year. So how you want to disrespect me? You won't even be saving goddamn $24,000 a year.
And Amanda alluded to that. She's saying if you make less, okay, cool, but if you make less and you still can't take care of the basic necessities in this relationship or in our house, that's the problem. If you make less and you fail to monetize the skill that you have that financially benefits our household, that's a problem. Okay, cool, you make 60, but you're also an electrician. That brings in $30,000 extra in our house a year. That means all the lights, the ceiling fans, all the shit electrically based or whatever, you take care of it. So that's monetizing what your skill is. So it adds to our
And that's
household.
called providing. And I want to make sure that y'all understand that men provide in more than just a financial way. And that's my problem, because if I sit here and ask, okay, cool, if I pay every bill in this house, right, and I fix everything in this house because I'm an electrician, what do you bring to the table as a woman? What do you realistically do other than have sex?
Oh, you asking?
I'm asking
okay,
that
so
question.
are you asking women that make
Where do you bring? And I'm a real lady here. I want to know, what are you bringing to the table for the man that takes care of you?
Here we go. And take notes. So what I do is I make that house that you pay for, that you pay that mortgage for, I make it at home. I cook the meals. I'm washing clothes.
That's $100 a week.
Don't play with me. I cook
it me.
No. You see that's where you're going wrong. It costs more than $100.
Right. So we get back to that part now.
But my thing is, if you don't need a woman, then what you want? Like, if you don't need a woman, just don't have one then. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said earlier. But now the dudes sound like they doing different arguments. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like he feeling like she's saying he don't bring enough.
Right. So he
it don't sound like that to me.
Well,
Well,
when she said you're not maximizing your full potential, if you only making 60,000, but you're not maximizing your potential to take care of this household, that sounds like she's saying you ain't bringing enough. Which then can sound like you ain't man enough. Which then sound like she trying to run the household while she ain't paying for nothing.
Yeah, I just say I feel like people who say that, well, what are you bringing to the table if I'm paying all the bills? then what do you require a person bring to the table? Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit up here and just be like, well, what are you bringing to the table? Well, I can cook, I can clean, I could suck
Well,
my
I can
own
buy
dick.
that.
I
I
mean,
can
come
buy
on
that.
now.
Well, and I agree 100%. Like, because I never saw the video. Tim was just telling me about it earlier. And I was like, well, what does he want? You know what I mean? He's saying, I can buy that. Everybody can get anything. That's like her saying, what do you bring to the table? He like, I bring money. She like, nigga, I got a pussy. I'm always gonna get money.
Right. She like, I
You
got
know?
money. Well, we don't need just the pussy to
Well,
get
no,
money. Some of us have brains
no.
and jobs
That's,
and careers
what
too.
he's saying is that just him being, by her being a woman, there's gonna always be some men around that's gonna
there's
throw
always-
money. That's gonna throw money at her.
I'm saying him.
We don't need
paying-
that. Sometimes we have careers. Sorry.
That's fine. That's that, and that's a different argument too. But they talking about what do they want from each other, and it sounds like the argument is, as a man, it's his job to provide money, and that's what he's bringing to the table. That's the argument.
That's what it seems like. That's what he's saying too.
Okay.
That's
So it
what
sounds like
that's the man's job, to bring money, and that's it.
It sounds like they're just talking about traditional gender roles a little bit. I mean, if I'm paying for everything, she ain't complaining. That's not gonna be happening. You know what I mean? If I'm paying for everything and it's not enough, then she need to get a job.
Yeah,
You know, I would say that. But
whole argument. No, you need to ban up.
No,
and it,
no,
she did
that's
say
not
that.
true.
She did say.
I knew somebody that was in that situation.
But she
in
did
real
say that,
life.
right? Like you
Yeah.
gotta. She said, because the example, the hypothetical that they're using is that he makes so much money, but then on the side he's also an electrician. So it's like, well, that's another $40,000 you need to be bringing in doing electrician shit.
She said you not maximizing your talents, or what did she say? I forgot
Well,
the word,
I
but
mean-
she said you not. So
Well, I don't technically agree with that, but I'm saying this. If you got two able-bodied adults in the house and you don't have no little tiny kids where somebody has to be at home and stuff like that, I don't see the issue with, both people getting out there and making it happen.
I'm gonna play it again so you can get her exact words.
That's a woman that makes more.
I'm just asking, where do you bring? Actually, every lady here, I want to know what
household. That's a problem. Okay, cool. You our house. And Amanda alluded to that. She's saying if you make less, okay, cool. But if you make less and you still can't take care of the basic necessities in this relationship or in our house, that's the problem. If you make less and you fail to monetize a skill that you have that financially benefits our household, that's a problem. Okay, cool. You make 60, but you're also an electrician. That brings in 40,000 extra in our house a year. That means all the lights, the ceiling fans, all the shit.
She said, if you're not monetizing an extra skill, then you
That's
ain't
the
doing
problem.
enough. You ain't doing enough, right? That's a problem.
That's a problem. And
Well,
if you
no,
make 60,
that is
that's
what
cool.
she said.
60's
No. I have to cut you guys off. I'm sorry. That's not what she said. She said that if you make it bring in this amount of money in the house and it's still not enough to cover our basic necessities.
that's a problem. She did say that.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's bringing 60,000 into the house,
and it's not covering
what's the average income?
Yes.
What's the
Yeah,
average
what-
income?
The average income for the Black community, the median income for Black men is, I have it pulled up. It is for Black men, the median income is 40,000 to 51,000. For Black women, the median income is 35 to 41.
And I knew that already. I knew it was around there. So if he's bringing in 60,000,
he's already above the median.
He above the average. And so
but I guess they're gonna have to live somewhere cheaper because I'm sorry, I know what I'm making. It's still rough in California.
It is rough. And that's why if she complaining, she should have a job, because nobody stay at home and fucking cook and clean all day no more. Don't nobody make no 4-hour meals.
According to this demographic in 2018, the median household, listen, in 2018, the median household income for Black people was 63. So that's with two incomes.
So it sounded like, I'm just saying, If she not happy, this is my. If you're not happy with what the man is bringing in, then
Then
you
go
can't
and
argue it if
go
you
out
ain't
there
bringing
and
nothing
help.
in. You damn sure can't argue it if you ain't bringing nothing in.
Right. Go out there and help.
Go out there and help. And I think nowadays, I mean, most of us have been raised on
one income, most of us.
Well, yeah, one income. That's true.
I said most of us.
But we've been, but we also been raised on, like, you know, everybody go get a job nowadays. I don't know black women that's raised to sit at home. All the black women I know work.
Because I'ma shut up.
So
no, say it. Because she's gonna say because the men don't work. That's why the women work.
No, I'm not saying men
so
don't work because I ain't never met a man that don't work.
Because men don't do enough or something. I don't know, but
I ain't never met a man that don't do enough either. But I'm just saying.
Somewhere along there. There's some type of man deficiency. So say it.
What?
Say whatever the deficiency is. It's a deficiency.
You was about to say something and you caught yourself.
A lot of men just ain't, you know, even if they do have it, they ain't willing to share that shit. They thinking like him. What I need you for? I
don't think that's the truth at all. I don't think that is the truth at all. I think
I do agree. The video is proof that there is the younger generation that's how they thinking, but they think like the women that raised them. What can you do for me? What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me, Eddie?
He thinking about the black mom that raised him.
Yeah, he thinking like the woman that raised him.
I mean, where's the fathers then? Y'all got quiet in the motherfucker.
Yeah, quiet. Fathers is around.
No, I just said no. I'm not talking about
the father might be around, but he ain't around enough to where he getting that particular lesson.
I ain't talking about you specifically. I'm talking about
the father at work. That's where he at.
At work, if he at work and the mama taking care of the kids, then we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't think that's the truth at all. She said if you bringing in 60,000, you are not monetizing
an extra skill.
Yeah,
to bring in an extra 40,000.
We ain't talking about somebody who's sitting at home doing nothing. We talking about a man who out there working and making above average income, and someone that's not happy.
Well, I find it that the only women that really think like that are the women who live in states where it's easy and it's not very expensive, to be quite honest. Because I have a friend and his ex-wife was like that, and he lived in Texas. So Texas is fairly easy to, do better and to, own a home, stuff like that. So, but these dudes in California, oh, please. Ain't nobody like, oh, I finna sit down and just do this and you finna just go out here and work. No.
Well, and another thing too, and that's another problem with California in itself too, is that as expensive as it is in California to even live alone, there's still this hypergamy. It's like there's still this hypergamy where this woman like, hey, I'm not going 50-50. If I'm going 50-50, he ain't running nothing.
He a roommate.
And see, you know what? I'll be honest.
Your roommate.
I'll be honest. I've never had that. You know what I mean? I've never had and we talked about it earlier. Most of the shit that we talk about, I've just never experienced.
Yeah,
me too. And I feel the same way. And I'm just kind of like I told Tim earlier. I said, look, I don't want no dude making less than me. And the reason why I don't is because I don't want the power issues. I just don't want the power issues, and I don't want the,
It's gonna be hard for you then, Tim.
Right, and that's what I told her. And that's what I told her. That's what I told her earlier. I said,
it is. No, it is.
In instances like that, the only way that there will be a power issue is if
I know, but there's some up there.
If the man has any insecurities, and those insecurities are fueled by the woman throwing in his face that she makes money in.
Yeah, because you know what?
You're right.
I wouldn't have a problem if my woman made more than me. It would not bother me. As long as I can take care of myself. But you know what? She don't.
Right.
Most women in this world don't make more than me, but it still wouldn't bother me if I was with a woman that did.
Nah, I'd rather tell my man, baby, you got this. Go ahead. You can wear
For instance,
pants.
there's a woman I'm interested in right now. She make more than me. It's
Like,
never
baby,
crossed my mind.
yeah, like baby, you got this. You
Never
can
crossed my
do
mind.
you. You can do you, baby. You got this.
Now it would be hard for me to be with a woman that made more for me than me if she tried to throw it in my face or something like that.
Well,
But
a lot of people
that's
do.
anybody, I think.
A lot of people do though, you know.
But men don't do that. I think most men don't.
Men do that. No, men do that. Men do that for sure.
You think so? You think men throw? I think men.
I know so.
Huh?
Men do that.
Say that
If
again,
a man
I'm
is
sorry.
making you a lot of, I said I know so. A lot of men who make a lot of money, they do that. They'll throw some shit in your face, for sure.
As me, you know, I expect to make more money than most women. So traditional gender roles is still dominant in all of our lives. So it's not.
I think Kathy's trying to say something. I can't hear her.
Huh? I ain't saying nothing. I was listening.
Now, it's what's interesting is that, you know, just to speak on from a personal sense, only within the last 4 years that I started to make more than my wife. And what the interesting thing about it is that I do see a difference in the dynamics of the relationship.
Yeah. And I've been kind of front center, so
And what's the difference?
I can speak. I can say something towards that because I've seen y'all shit for up close and personal.
So what's the difference?
Now, yeah, have you thrown making more money than her in her face?
Not one time.
I have to even a conversation.
I have to keep reminding her that we got it. Like for instance, y'all know it's hot right now, and I turn on the air. She's like, "Well, the electric bill." I'm like, "It's gonna be all right."
Most men want to pay for their women. It's women that have a hard time with shit because it ain't enough. But most men, we ain't throwing it in y'all face because we don't feel like a man if we ain't paying for a woman. So when Tim out there busting his ass, he not trying to throw it in his face. He just happy that he can do it.
Right.
But I have been around long enough to know when you was making less than her. I think women have a harder time with that than men do. Women have a harder time making more than a man than men do.
And I didn't have, like you said, when I was making less, I didn't have an issue because I saw value in the other things I was doing. Because we were working opposite shit. We still work opposite shifts now. But before, she was working days and I worked nights. So I would be with the kids and making sure they got to school and all of that. Doing, you know, the roles were reversed. So that's why I can understand the value that, like the women saying, I bring this and I bring that and bring this and I bring that. That's why I said I played that earlier, just to kind of stir things up and kind of just create a conversation, create a dialogue on it. But the whole thing is though, it's like he said, it's like now that I make more money than she does, I have to remind her that we got it. Now the only thing I want her to do is learn to hone in her spending so we can build to have more. That's the whole thing. Like, let's get our spending together and let's get I've been teaching her credit and stuff like that. Let's get all of this going so we can build and we can take and go up from there.
And to speak on that more, that's how men think. There ain't too many men in their 30s and shit like that going around looking for a woman to take care of them. We happy to provide. It doesn't bother me. I know I make more, and I know if I would like to build my partner. I would like my woman, I would like to see her thrive and strive and do what she want to do, but it's not a problem to pay more. And I don't think we have an issue in throwing it in women's face. It may be different when you in your 20s and shit like that.
All right. I guess you guys haven't really, okay. Because men do throw things in women's faces.
They do. Of course they do. They do.
Come on.
Like I said earlier, like when they was talking about it, when that lady, it was a woman that said alpha female. I'm like, those are not terms that men think in. Men don't think in terms of power. We're gonna be a power couple. We're not built that way.
And you know, I won't say it's a negative if a woman is doing, you know what I mean? It's not a negative, a woman doing her thing and we're going to be a power couple. It's just not something that I'm looking for. It's not I'm not impressed by a woman making more money than me. It doesn't impress me. Or a woman making a lot of money. That's not my goal. My goal is like when he's saying, what do you bring to the table? And what she said, like, I make a house a home. That's the type of shit, you know, I'm looking for.
I mean, but that's true, but that sounds very cliche. That's why he was just kind of like, oh, what? I'm a house home, what you cook, clean, blah, blah, blah. I could pay for that. You know what I'm saying? That's why, because that sounds very cliche.
Yeah, but I know this. I couldn't pay for that shit if she didn't make the house a home. And, you know, it'd be hard out there. Niggas be out there stressed out, working. Yeah. Don't nobody want to be doing that shit all the time.
But
so
you want to look for somebody, but this is the thing, though. I think at the end of the day, somebody wants to find a person that's morally supportive, stuff like that. Yeah. All the stuff that actually really matters. What Amanda Seales said that y'all kind of was like, nah, that's not true. But
make me a better person. She gonna teach me something. She gonna open up, you know, make me see things a different way. Because I'll be honest, a lot of my success.
Honestly, the money is just, and honestly, a woman's success and a woman that has it is actually just a plus for most men that got it. That's what I've learned.
It's just a plus. It's a plus. It's there's no bearing on it. Like most of the good shit that came in my life, it comes from women. You know, most of the good shit I learned, and you know, I would have never fucking even without my ex-wife, I would never be where I'm at today. I don't know if she know that. She probably think that, of course.
Right. But no, that's what I've learned in my experience. It's like that's just a plus for most men. It's like, oh, okay, well, shit, she could buy her own this, and that. That's cool, but I could take care of us too. But hey, if she, you know.
The only thing when I think about money and women, the only thing that really comes into mind is don't be a burden on my life. That's it.
Of course. Don't be an extra, not a liability.
Yeah, because if he makes $60,000 a year, guess what? He can live comfortably by himself.
It depends on where he living.
If your average is $40,000 a year, all the other motherfuckers ain't figured it out.
Shit, man, I don't know.
If the average is 41,
I think my spending habits might be out of pocket. Then I need me a financial advisor. No.
I mean, in California,
hey, I'll be right back. Hang on.
In California, that might be hard, but you know.
Yeah, my spending habits are way out of pocket. Then, if that's the case.
Yeah, but that's my only thing I say with women. Just don't be a burden. I mean, don't get with me and my spending goes up.
I mean, your spending is gonna go up if you get with some. Come on now.
Well, that means she should hopefully we get together and our overall spending goes down. Hopefully, our bills go down. You know what I mean?
Because you're gonna be mostly paying for dates, stuff like that. Come on.
Well, I'm okay with that. But what I'm saying is like if you living together, hopefully. Y'all doing better. Hopefully, if I get with a partner, now we're doing better. Now we're sharing each other's resources. I don't want to get with somebody and do worse. That's my only thing.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean that's probably the rule of thumb. Like, I don't think anybody in this world should get with somebody and start doing worse.
What you think, Kathy? Do men be throwing that shit in women's face a lot though?
Well, they like a macho type of thing. That's how they control a woman.
Yep.
But then, like I said, a man will enable a woman at just as quick because they say, okay, I make the most money. You don't have to work. You don't never enable somebody. You want both parties to be independent. It don't matter how much you make. It's about not have to stress over bills, debt, and you can build and make more. And by the time you get old, you can retire and you live in.
Now, what about the argument made earlier? Do you guys believe that most men that make more money than women and pay all the stuff tend to use that to be controlling?
I don't know about most men, but it depends. It depends on the tax bracket. Because if you're making 60, you ain't out here balling out of control, giving your woman this, and that. But if you over here making, but if you over here,
So
okay,
let's say that you work at Walmart and he makes 60.
You ain't okay. Like I said, you ain't balling out of control. You able to pay the bills, but you ain't balling out of control. But you over here making.
It's
But if you
relative.
over here making $350K, then
It's-
you might
it's-
have a little bit
it's
of a
relative.
complex. Like,
Yeah.
I'm buying this woman this, that. You know,
Relative. If a woman that's on the county getting food stamps, got an Obama phone and all of that, she come across a dude that's
Sorry.
making 60
That's not
grand. She like, I caught me a good one. He got bread, he got money.
She said he got bread.
And then as soon as he don't have no money or
She out.
he lost his job, then she want to move the fuck on and find somebody else. That's like someone to take care of her ass. Come on, man. You on the county. That means she'll sit there and give you a baby and she'll get that money.
Okay.
Oh, the check baby. Okay, now that we talking about
Do
women
they
in
even
relation-
give out checks like that no more? Like that? Like, I ain't heard of no
Yeah,
check
yeah,
baby.
give out checks.
Those motherfuckers still getting checks.
every 90% of athletes is victims of check
Oh, check.
check babies. All right,
Well,
now
they stupid then. I mean, and
I'm
then
fit-
Brittany Renner tried to tell them, and then they still didn't want to listen.
Because men love women.
Since we on the topic of
Y'all love
uh,
vagina.
since we on the topic of relationships and losing somebody and keeping somebody in a way, let's see what this little girl got to say. Let me make sure the video is up. Y'all can see the video.
A lot of the times women don't even want to admit why their man left or why their man cheated. Every person who's ever been broken up with or ever been left can't swallow this pill. This is the pill. It's that people don't leave people they're afraid of losing. So if somebody left you, it meant they were worth losing. And then everybody talks about what about hindsight after the fact? Oh, they want to come back after the fact. That means for sure that you were not their first choice. Yeah, they went back out in the dating market. They figured out it sucked, and then they came back to you because they couldn't do better than you. And that's what I don't want for women, because I think that's why women can't stay married.
Oh, that's just that was 40 seconds.
Wait, I'm guilty of being like, you can't no comeback. I'm guilty. But I've been told a couple of different things about that. One, I've been told that that's unresolved trauma. That I'm like that because I'm like, once you done deny me, it's over. You can't. It ain't no comebacks. But then, yeah, that's you know what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I think the comedian Sinbad gave the best example of what that was, because him and his wife were married for like 30 years, then they got divorced for like a couple of years, and then they got remarried and been married ever since 20 years.
Okay.
And the way he described that is that, you know, he Sinbad, he made it a joke, but you know there's truth in the joke. The way he described it was, it's like sometimes you got to understand that there's only one person that can put up with your crazy. And when you find that person, you just got to accept it. Like, you know, so yeah, you might get fed up for a while, and then you go out there and then like the girl said, you go out there on the dating market and you see, well, ain't nobody putting up with my crazy the way that this person was putting up with my crazy. And, you know, and us as individuals, we would never hold accountability and say that it's us. It's always the other person.
Okay, but two things about that. Two things. I'm gonna say two things about that whole scenario. I feel like, okay, just don't let it be a toxic situation. Don't be drawn to toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what you're used to, don't mean that it's always a good situation for you. So a lot of people are drawn to trauma bonding and toxicity. So, but at the same time, I understand a person taking a break and being like, all right, I ain't been with this person for 2 years. Now we don't, I miss this person. We done resolved our issues. Boom, let's try it again. I get that. I'm more of the person where it's like, if I've known you or whatever, and we start dating or we about to start dating or whatever the case is, and then you choose somebody else over me, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Don't ever come back. I mean, we could be friends, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. But I understand when you really truly love somebody and you just like, you know what, I really miss that person. But I just say, just don't make sure it's not toxicity and trauma bonding.
Well, it kind of ties in. I'm gonna tie it into the nuclear physicist video or whatever, like whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I was saying in that scenario, that women will see a certain type of person and be like, nah, he corn, he mild. What you say, Janelle? He's mild. He a little too mild or whatever, whatnot. And then come back later. Then some years go by and see him again, be like, I should have got with him. I'm gonna see what he's doing. Let me.
Okay, but my question would be this though. But Tim, my question would be this though. He was mild, so did he get some experience and got his little pool on and changed his little swag, or is it just her being like, I can't find nobody else?
No, it could be that she wants somebody mild now because she didn't already have the futures and all of that shit. Now she wants somebody that's mild.
No, if you didn't turn me on before, you ain't turning me on now.
But as
people's taste change. People's taste change.
Things change.
Because I used to love hood rats when I was younger.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like that was my favorite thing.
You probably only love hood rats because they were easy.
Nah, they was my favorite thing. They was fun. They stay out all night with you and get in trouble with you.
Mm-hmm. But my tastes have changed as you get older. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, okay. But my point is,
and the little ghetto girls used to love me. They was all attracted to me.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kathy. Go ahead.
I was like, you was talking about little hood rats love him. She said that. I was like,
nah, that's the real deal in the whole.
But I'm just saying, okay, no,
okay, I'm on my ass, Nikki.
Because some people change. No, but some people mature. So there's a difference with that too. Because like somebody who maybe have met me back in 2007 probably look at me now like, oh damn, she has changed a lot. You see what I'm saying?
But that's the point, exactly the point we're making.
No, but that's not them just being like, oh, I just want somebody different now. It's more like she's kind of changed she's matured, and I like this more mature version of her.
It's probably a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both, because what we're saying is certain qualities that a person has. You may be attracted to that certain qualities and you overlook some of the other qualities because of whatever your reasons are. So a person may go and look for the qualities that are missing from this person, but never look for those qualities that person has in the new person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it turns out to be a failed situation from the jump.
But we don't know specifically what the thing that's missing is we don't know specifically what this young woman is looking for. We can't assume that she wants a future just because she didn't want fucking Steve Urkel. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe she wanted it somewhere in the middle. Maybe she wanted, I don't know.
But I think it's extremely common in this country, and we all know everybody didn't heard it since they was young. Every man has experienced it,
That women like bad boys?
Well, sometimes the dudes that women don't like in school when they earlier in high school, they turn out to be the dudes that, women like the most. Maybe they make more money later on. Now they way more attractive. The nerds and shit like that.
Okay, well, I mean, it just all depends, right? So we
I'm
don't.
gonna
We
put the
can't.
video on and let the little girl talk a little bit more.
Is because they're not marrying their first choice. So what would that first choice look like? From all the women I talk to, it's going to be a masculine man, protection, provisioning, and genetics. The dude's handsome. It's not rocket science here, but only a select few of women are going to be able to kind of get that guy, and you do have to compete. The dating market is real, and that's not necessarily objectification, because I'll get that next argument. Well, you're objectifying men. You're objectifying women. Life is sexist. Life just is sexist, and we try as men and women to make it so that it's not. Well, I don't want to be reduced to my income, or I don't want to be reduced to my looks. It's a natural fact of life, because that's what people do to cope with rejection from another human being. So if you're dating and you're a woman in this scenario, a man rejects you, what do you say? Well, he ain't ish. He couldn't do nothing for me anyway. Okay, you're a man. A woman rejects you. Well, you know, she was ugly anyway. She was fat anyway. She was a 304 anyway. That's what people do. So when I talk about the dating market in an economic sense, it's so that women can figure out their worth.
Unpacking.
Basically, she's saying everybody settles.
Pretty much. No, she's saying your first choice. So if, like she said, in the scenario she gave in the very beginning, it's like you with somebody and then they go somewhere else and that don't work, and then they come back and be like, oh well. So that means that
on the other side.
So the first choice would have been, she said the first choice for women would be a man that's handsome,
masculine,
and financially secure.
And she said most women don't get that.
Right.
It's extremely competitive. So it sounds like he's saying
So
every
when she
woman
go back to the
settles.
other dude, she's settling.
They settle, and that's why divorce happens.
But you said most women don't get that, but
Same
some
way.
people are,
I think men settle at a far higher rate than women.
Say that again, Tammy.
I said some people. She said most women, but that's, some people are over the average. So over average people sometimes do get what they want, right?
No, she said like basically she's saying every woman wants a dime, but there ain't that many dimes out there. Same with every man.
True, but I don't think every woman wants a dime, to be quite honest. Because
I don't
know
think so
some
either.
women. No, let me tell you something. I know some women that ain't looking for no damn dimes. You know who I find so attractive? Deontay Wilder. He's not considered. Yes, he's
supposed to be the toughest guy, the strongest
Hebrew
man.
Israelite dude.
No, the heavyweight champion of the world, boxer.
He's not the heavyweight champion no more. I think
Not no more, but he was a heavyweight champion of the world.
But he's not considered. Okay, but he's not considered.
Ultimate alpha.
No, okay, ultimate alpha, but he's not considered just visually the best dime, right? The best looking guy out there, right?
I think to most women, that's the ultimate alpha. You know what I mean? He's the fucking. They say he's the hardest hitting human being ever.
He's not considered. Okay, I'm talking about looks. You said a dime. I'm like, he's not considered the most attractive man out there, though.
Well, I don't know how to judge that.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathy. Okay, you know what I'm saying.
I'll pull a picture up. I'll pull a picture up for him so she can y'all can say whether or not the man looked like something.
It sounds like he's 6'7".
He's huge.
He's a 6'7" dude that's worth $200 million.
Okay, never mind. Bad example. Sheesh.
That's ripped like a motherfucker. That punches.
All right.
Women don't want no squishy bear. I mean, come on.
That sound like that. That sound like a dime.
I don't mind a squishy. I don't mind a squishy bear sometimes.
That sounds like a dime to me.
All right. Okay, fine. Bad example.
That was a bad example.
Okay, fine. Bad example.
He put the heavyweight champion of the world.
Huh?
He makes money. But
Exactly. That's
a lot of money.
you can't have nobody like Tim
Okay,
Perry.
okay, all right. Jeez.
But it's the same thing with men. I mean,
if I go and work out, no, you gotta work out, bro.
it's the same thing with men. A lot of men, you know, they want to dime when they're younger. There ain't too many of them out there for us neither.
But it's not even just about that though, because sometimes it's like you realize sometimes dime or not a dime, it's not, you know, dime or no dime, it's not like that's gonna, that at the end of the day, that's what's gonna do anything for you anyway. You know, looks are
Yeah,
looks.
I think
fade away.
Right.
Well, not just a dime in looks, but I mean a dime. You want the total package. But I think she was speaking more of she looked like she was 19, 20 years old, you know.
So
and
that's what I think about looks.
Yeah, and that is how I felt when I was young too.
All right, here go Deontay Wilder and his wife. And he just a huge,
beautiful couple, ain't they?
He's just towering over her like it's nothing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Just sexy.
I don't like that beard. She
said, I don't like that beard.
Yeah, but you can see the muscles. See,
his hairline is little.
He tall. Oh yeah, he can climb.
His hairline is little, you know.
It's a little thing. You hating over here. Hating over here.
I ain't hating. I got my hairline. I got a full head of hair. What you talking hating?
That's why you hating. That's why you hating.
I'm not gonna go bald. What you talking?
That's why you hating.
You keep
That's the only thing you talk about. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm just saying not all women are looking for dime pieces, like as far as in the looks department. Because I mean, you look at Cardi B and Offset. Offset is not an attractive man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think but I think women are still, they're looking for the ultimate guy. I think that's what she was saying, more so than just a dime in the looks. She's looking for what she wants, the ultimate guy, her dream guy.
Right.
So she wanted to be, you know, handsome, tall, rich, nice.
Don't we all? I mean, don't we all? But it ain't too many of those out there.
And that's what she said. And I, you know, same with
men.
men.
When you do find them, they're playboys.
Sometimes, and that's what I was just about to say about the women too, that men are looking for. It's like sometimes they do find that dime piece, and she be a whole nut job.
Exactly. And so I think she was coming more from a younger standpoint because, you know, you value different things as you get older.
Right.
And shit, most of us ain't walking around looking like fucking supermodels and shit. And most of us ain't walking around. All that shit is bullshit.
Most of y'all. Most of y'all.
All that shit is bullshit where everybody looking for a baller. There ain't that many ballers out there.
Take care of yourself.
I'm just playing, y'all.
Yeah, most mother. I'm sorry.
What'd you say, Kathy?
I work out.
Oh,
Believe it or
not. Okay, Kathy, get it.
I got rubber bands. I'm sorry.
You got rubber bands?
It doesn't matter how
like Bugs
you are.
Bunny when his
I got turkey. I got turkey neck. Look, I got turkey neck. Look. I ain't gonna embarrass myself like that.
You so silly.
Yeah, don't let an old lady beat you now.
Okay, huh?
I'll outrun her. I don't hit ladies. Move, lady.
What happened?
I don't know. I think nowadays, like as I get older, I'm just looking for. There ain't too many people that you can fall in love with. I think, you know, we all didn't dated a lot of people.
It's not meant for you to fall in love with everybody, right?
No, it's not. It's not. So I think it's, you know, I think we all just looking for a connection and. Wow,
one of my kids. I'm gonna play the video a little more.
So they can get the man that they want. Because I I didn't get to learn anything about a quality man and how to get one until I was 25, and I think that's sad. I think it's inappropriate. I think older women have failed us, which is probably why they're so dang bitter when we figured it out before they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We figured it out.
Oh. Oh. You heard that?
She's making me yawn. I'm yawning.
Yeah, she yawns.
Yeah, it's like, first of all, y'all ain't figured
She
nothing
want
out.
to smoke. She want to smoke.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She didn't bring no smoke. The only thing you figured out is you're 25, and yes, that
No,
50-year-old
she said
man
she
want to
didn't
fuck
find it
your
out
little
until she was-
25-year-old ass.
She didn't say she was 25. I don't know. She might be
Okay,
30
well,
right
whatever.
now.
No, she look like she's
She said us
25.
young- She said us young girls figured it out.
Yeah, she look
Why
young.
they're so dang bitter when we figured it out before they did. Yeah, we figured it out that we're
first of
happier
all.
serving a man. But let me explain this to
First
you.
of all-
So
Okay.
my dream.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
The only thing this chick figured out is that 40-year-old man will fuck the shit out of a 25-year-old because she's young and her body's still tight and her, you know what I'm saying? That's all she figured out, and we all figured that out a long time ago.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's the formula.
That ain't no formula.
I don't know what you. What are you saying? That an older dude a fucker? That's from the history of the world. That
But
men
that ain't
do
no.
with younger
But
women.
that ain't what she figured out. That ain't no formula. She
She's-
didn't figure shit out. She just turned 25, and then, you know what I'm saying? 40-year-old man was coming on to her. She didn't
But-
figure shit out.
She ain't say nothing about a 40-year-old man. All she said is she didn't figure out that she's happier serving her man. And there are
That ain't
women-
what she said.
That is what she said.
That's what
That's
she said.
exactly what she said.
I can run it back.
Let's run it back.
We figured it out before they did. Yeah, we figured it out that we're happier serving a man. But let me explain this to you. So
Okay.
my
She
dream.
did say that.
So, and I do think there's truth in that a little bit.
She didn't figure nothing out because at 25 years old,
I agree.
If some 40-year-old would have put the dick on me and did all this other shit and all the, come on, I would have been serving his ass.
Where you keep going with the 40-year-old at? She ain't say nothing about
I'm
40.
just-
She didn't say nothing about
We need to
age.
find out. We need to find out how old her man is. I bet you that nigga is every bit of 40.
But basically, she's saying she figured out. It sounds like she's saying to me that she don't want to compete with a man. She figured out she just happy, you know, being in a traditional woman's place.
Well, I don't want to compete with no man. Shit. I mean, what that mean? I've been figured out I don't want to compete with no man. That's why I said I'd rather have a man making more money than me because I ain't trying to compete with him. So
But you don't have to compete with him just because you're making more money than him. That's what I'm saying. I think
get that, but I don't want to
And
compete
vice
with no. I
versa.
don't want to compete.
Even
with
if
my
he
man
make
about that.
less money than you don't have to compete.
Yeah,
with him.
that's what I'm saying. I think that's a woman's stand. I don't think I don't know how much money you make, but you know,
It's more than the average. Let's just say
if
that.
a man making $80,000, that's not good enough. I can't be with him because he don't make more than me. You know what I mean? That just doesn't make sense to me. I think that puts you in a box where I can only be with 5% of the population or 7% of the population.
Yeah.
And if you looking for a man that you know that making a lot more money, he might be looking for a 25-year-old girl like her who wants to serve him. Why would a man that's making more money than you want to look for, you know,
somebody that's
Look
gonna
for what?
that's gonna challenge him.
Somebody that
I'm
ain't gonna
not
serve him.
challenging any-
Why
what
would
do
he
you mean?
look for?
I'm not challenging anybody. Challenge them at what? At a
I'm talking-
game of fucking checkers? I mean,
I'm
what
I
am I
gotta
challenging them
find
with?
that post that from the other day when the rules of submission was like one of them was expect to be challenged.
Well, I'm like this. I challenge people that I need to challenge. I don't sit here and just challenge people for the for the sake of just challenging. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah. Well, you know. But I just like, I don't know. I'm okay if a woman makes more money than me. It doesn't make me feel insecure.
And I'm okay if a man makes more money than me. It don't make me feel insecure.
Yeah. But I'm just okay with it either way. If a woman, I expect a woman to make less than me because 90% of women are going to make less than me in this world. But if a woman did make more than me, it's not gonna. I don't know. Maybe she made like $1 million or some shit. I don't know.
No, that's my thing. If you got like an Oprah or something like that, of course, like you know what I'm saying. Of course, she gonna make more than you. But
that might make maybe that might be a little bit. You know, maybe she might try to put me in a bitch place because she make $1 million. Like, nigga, you go get these clothes from the cleaners yet? And
I just looking for something else. I came across this video and I'll be bugging at stuff like this because I know that they do it just to get reactions out of people. Because as soon as I seen it, I just started busting up because I know it's retarded. The name of the video it says Black History Month. Black History Month Day 1. Y'all see the video?
I see a girl on her knees, kinda.
Okay, here we go.
Is that his white wife?
She kissed his hand. She bowed to him before he came in the house. She feeding him. She combed his beard, give him a juice box. He put his legs on her like she washing him up. That's a bug.
No, I kind of be happy in the middle. Like,
if that's what a dude's looking for, go for it.
Yeah,
that's funny as heck.
Like nowadays, I mean, to try to sum it all up, I would expect any woman I got with to work. You know what I mean? Because you don't need to be at home for 8 hours a day nowadays, fucking cooking and cleaning. Most motherfuckers make a dinner in 30 minutes nowadays, if they do cook at all.
Right. Or go buy something and bring it on.
Yeah.
I mean, well, what if you have like little kids? Like, what if you have like small children?
Okay, that may be different when they 2 and 3, but once them motherfuckers is in school, they gone all damn day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would expect it, and it's not, like I said, my biggest thing is just don't be a burden. You don't have to make more than me. You don't have to make a certain amount. Just don't fucking make my life worse, if you get with me. That's the only monetary thing I really have. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I think most men want to pay more than they women do.
Right.
I think some men.
And see, you just said that, and that's what you just said right there. Most men want to, and so therefore, who am I to challenge him?
No, I agree. I mean, but
more.
I wouldn't say turn your shine down so you can. I mean, what are you on?
I'm shine down because I'm gonna still make what I make.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is.
But how much of a man's worth is in how much money he makes?
I don't know. You guys put a lot of that stock into how much a man makes, to be quite honest, because y'all be saying like a lot of people
that's based on the whole concept of the whole. Women need to know their worth. So, what is a man really worth then? If the narrative is I want to make a man make more money than me, and he got to do this, and he got to pay this, and he got to do that. So, where is this man's value if it isn't in his?
As far as the emotional stuff and as far as the intellectual stuff, I feel we should offer each other the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I want somebody that's going to teach me how to do some shit. I want somebody that I could teach how to do some shit. I want to, have somebody that I have like things in common with, and we could watch some of the same TV shows together, and we could like literally get along with and have fun. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's 100%.
So I think, at the end of the day, I want that too. I want, it's not like, and I want to provide that for him.
I'm gonna hit you with the hypothetical. You meet a man that checks all the boxes except for that one. That one box.
He makes
he makes $5,000 a year.
Yeah,
but everything else is there. Everything else is there.
He makes how much?
He makes $65,000. He's just a little above the median income. He got his own little condo that he got. His little car is paid
He a
off.
teacher. He a teacher.
He a school
Okay,
teacher.
the
Perfect. Yeah.
problem lies here. This is where the problem lies, because there's certain things that I like to do that he might not be able to do. So if I be like, babe, I want to go on this vacation. Come on, let's plan this crazy vacation, blah blah blah. And he can't do it because he's like, look, my money is tied up in my condo and this and that. What are we gonna do?
You might have to pay more. Because that's how I look at it. Like whenever I want to go on a vacation or something, bro. I come from.
You see how that works? You see how you see the double standard?
That's not a double standard.
It's absolutely a double standard, because in that same scenario, if the man made all of this, wait, what? An extra 10,000, 20,000, 40,000.
He gonna pay more, yeah.
He gonna pay more.
No, I don't know. I mean,
percentage
if we do some extracurricular shit, he ain't gotta pay more. But
But if he, I'm just saying, if for instance,
don't be looking at me like that, Tim.
because you might get with a man who make fucking money out the ass, and then he looking at you like you can't afford to do what he want to do.
Oh well, okay, yeah, baby, I'm broke.
You would expect for him to pay more.
Okay, I'll be like,
and
yeah,
you
baby,
might
I'm
contribute
broke.
what you can. Like,
I
look,
can
babe.
only contribute this much.
Yeah. Like you want to go on a how much trip? A $40,000 trip, and he like, look, all you need to do is put in 7. I'm gonna put in the other.
No, it ain't gonna be like, it ain't gotta be like that. Like, damn, I ain't gonna be hit him with the $43,000 trip.
And at the same
And I'm just saying, a man could hit you with that.
And let's not act like a school teacher can't take trips to Hawaii.
I'll be like, baby, I ain't got it.
Exactly, and then he might be like, all right, I'll pay 30, you pay 10. Like I think that's kind of if he making 3 times as much as you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. She was like, well, you gotta pay more. She's like, huh, what?
What? Excuse me?
Like,
Speaker, no me no habla inglés.
Yeah, you cussing at me. I don't like your language. Didn't your mama teach you to watch your mouth?
For real. Like, don't be
But no,
cussing
that is a conversation me and John used to talk about a while ago too. Like, is it really the money? Because, like I said, in this list, he check off all 9 boxes except for he's a school teacher. So you're gonna, so all of those qualities become worthless.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
no,
I was
that's
just
not
asking.
true. They don't become worthless.
No, that's what I was just asking. That's why I was just
They
asking.
don't become worthless. I just feel like, seriously, we gotta really think about this, unpack this, because, like, no, seriously, because we gotta really unpack that, because I'm like, yo, you can't do the stuff that I like to do. So how are we gonna? What's our quality of life gonna be? Some people are okay with just paying their bills, living. You know what I'm saying? And they cool. But then it's other people that want to go on vacations and shit. Like, shut up, Tim. I ain't got time for you. Do you see his face?
And the reason I'm making these faces is because men are expected to settle. Like you saying, like, I just gave you a scenario where everything is what you want except for one particular thing, and it's not even
Men
like
are not expected to settle. Men don't have to settle either. But
bullshit.
why?
What the fuck?
Well, then you guys seem more okay. If that's the case, then maybe you guys are more pickier than we are. Shit.
Women
If
pressure
you think
men.
you always
into settling.
settling, then maybe you're more picky
No,
than we are.
women pressure men and shame men into settling.
Well, I don't know who these women are because I'm not going to pressure nobody.
On a societal stance. It's on a societal stance. Like, if to use the same scenario, like for something that I'm not attracted to, would be like overweight. So if I met a woman that had all 9 things in order except for number 1, that number 10 would be her being overweight. No one would just people would look at me the same way I just was looking at you, like, well, ain't nothing, she's beautiful. So that don't mean just because she's big don't mean she this, and just because of this, that, and she's a wonderful person, and she's pretty in the face, and it'll be all this, it'll be all of this. What's wrong?
Tim, I personally, okay, please. I personally wouldn't do that. I would suggest anybody that they're not physically attracted to. What I would say is this. Well, if she checks all these boxes except her weight, can't you just like, do you want to help her lose
Are
weight?
you
Is
gonna
that
help
an
the teacher make
option?
more money?
Huh?
Are you gonna help the teacher make more money?
Hell yeah. If he
You gotta be with it. You gotta be with this broke ass.
You gotta be with this broke ass first. There you go.
we can be friends until he start making more money.
You gotta be with his broke ass first. You already shut him down. You can't
We
do
can
what I
be
wanna
friends
do.
until he start making more money.
We can be friends.
Well,
Make
okay.
that
Well,
ramen or
if you
something,
said
Jamil?
to me, well, if you said, okay, so Tim, if you said to me then, well, I could be with Paula, but she got to lose weight first. I'll be like, okay, I understand that.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna wait around for her to do it. Though. That's the
I
difference.
get it.
That's where the shallow compartmental comes into it. It's because if I really liked her like that, and it was the weight was the issue, I'd get out there and jog with her or something, and get on some thermogenics together or something, take before and after pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying, if she's the perfect person for you, and then it's just her weight, that's something that could be changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But income can also be changed too. Which is
Yeah,
why
it can, but he gotta want to change it. But he gotta want to change it. Some people, like I said, are happy with just being able to pay their bills and just be chilling.
Well, no, I just think the truth of that's true. Some people are happy, but I think the truth of it is most people just don't make that much money. All that shit is like a myth where motherfuckers think people make a lot of money.
That's true,
That's
but
why it's
I
only
mean,
like 7% of the population. That's what the point Janelle was saying earlier. Like, are you really comfortable in saying to yourself that if I can't date within the 7% of the entire population, then I'm just not gonna be with nobody?
Out of 7% of men, yeah.
Well, shit, there's a lot of people doing it right now.
And then out of those 7% that you looking at, men that make more money than you, married.
They're what, married?
Yeah. Most of them are married.
I can steal somebody. I'm just playing.
Yeah, but that's.
So you gotta look like the little 25-year-old. You gotta look like the little 25-year-old little girl to do that.
I'm just playing. I'm really kidding. I don't.
But
let's go back to the little 25-year-old for a minute.
Human life. I used to think I wanted to be this professional. I wanted to be a PhD. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to work pro bono and repair cleft palates in Brazil in Doctors Without Borders. But something that one of my high school teachers said really stuck out to me, which is funny. She's quite progressive. But she said that some people's dreams are to help other people to achieve their dreams. And I kept trying to work, but I've come to find out that I really like helping people get what they need done, helping them to achieve their dreams.
So she's a server, like she said. She finds her happiness in catering to others.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, a hard working man, you know what I mean?
Maybe that sounds like a person. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm saying that's attractive if you when you're a hard working man, you want a woman that's going to support you and help push you along.
Home and she's gonna have your slippers and your cigar
but does
ready.
that always okay, my thing is this: supporting your man and doing all this stuff from your man and building him up and all this stuff, does that always constitute serving him?
Well, I'm just using the language that she used.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I believe
because
in all
we
that.
already
I believe you should be.
We can
all
go
that
back
to your
into
man,
submission
but-
like we did the other day. We went into submission the other day.
And I think that word, I think a lot of women have a problem with that word. I don't want to serve no man.
I never said that, but I'm just saying.
I didn't say you did. I just said a lot of women, have a problem with that word and feel that they don't want to serve. Because I've heard that a lot. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, does that constitute serving a man? Because I think we should do that for each other. We should lift each other up. Like we were talking about earlier, that's a given, right? If a man is making all this money and stuff like that, and he got his own business and he doing a damn thing, and his woman ain't really making no money, he could at least be like, girl, I got some ideas for you. You should do this. You should look into that. He should be trying to lift her up too.
I think we should serve each other.
Right.
I want to be a service to my wife. You know what I mean? And if I had a wife that made a little bit more money than me, like I'm just a scenario, we start off together and she making more money, I'm going to be happy and be pushing her. I think so. I think I would like to be a service. As long as it doesn't, nobody has to minimize himself.
I agree 100%. Because I'm like, we should be, if that's the case, we should be serving each other. We should be uplifting each other. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's because maybe, my husband's going to have skills that I don't have.
Yeah.
I'm going to have skills he doesn't have,
And when I think of a wife, I think of a woman. I want a woman to be a woman. Women traditionally are more emotional. Men traditionally, our emotions are suppressed. Who brings that shit out? Like I look at my dad and his new wife. Now my dad is fucking in his 60s and shit like that. Now the nigga be coming around talking about feelings and all kind of.
It's awesome.
His wife brought that shit out of his new
and that's
wife.
awesome. It's nice to hear a man be vulnerable sometimes,
Yeah, and that's what I would like from.
That's why I like what's his name. That's why I like Isaiah, because Isaiah, he's like very he's a vulnerable man. I'll be like, oh my gosh. He is.
He's a master at what he does. He figured this shit.
He's a master at what he does. Is that what it is?
Like most men, he found his niche.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, I'm just talking stuff.
Okay.
He's just a regular old dude. Isaiah, that's the hubby.
But he cool though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying he don't have an issue being vulnerable. It seems to me.
Well, most
I don't
men
know
don't.
him like that, but
most men don't. But most women reject that. Like this old bitch ass.
Yeah,
no,
I think that's the fear.
Ignorant women do that. No, only ignorant women do that.
But that does happen to a lot of. I think that's the fear with men being more.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go outside or something? Because your screen went completely black.
Yeah,
I can see him. He's outside or something. I can see him.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Because Tim, to me, is a little bit vulnerable, which I'm like, I think that's refreshing.
Man, I'm just open in myself. And I'm not reserved no more like I used to be when you're younger. You be trying to portray an image or whatever. Like, I don't have time for that shit. You gonna either like me for who I am or fuck you.
Right. I feel it. That's how I am too. And that's why I don't back down on certain things. And I'll be like, well, they don't agree with me. I will.
Well, I'm still super reserved. And it's still.
I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with being reserved. I mean, you open up to who you want to open up to. That's it.
That's what I think it is, Shaft. Nobody understands him but his woman.
Oh, Lord.
But I see of a woman just being the opposite, not the opposite, but just being, the missing part of you. That's how I see it. I don't know, but I don't know if other people feel the same.
I don't know if I would say that. I don't say anybody completes me. I say my man compliments me. He makes me better.
Okay. I definitely feel like, I was made better. I'm made better when I'm loved.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I guess we done ran out of shit to say, huh?
Yeah.
It's been 3 hours. I told you every show ain't gotta be 4 hours long, Tim.
I know that's a long ass show, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna listen to that shit.
You know,
For 4 hours.
It's all good practice, man. It's all good practice, and it gives me a lot of stuff to go back over, and because I'm trying to learn to do these editing programs so I can start making clips of good little back and forth sections to put out.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna put the little girl on a little more, and then we're gonna end it.
So for me, if what I can do at home in any way helps or improves my husband's life, I'm like, yes, that's awesome. Like I'm doing my dream job. That's great. And it's even better if you have kids. It's even better if you have friends. I really do. I enjoy watching my girlfriend's kids. There's a couple of women in town where I live that I try to help them out because I think it sucks that they don't have support networks, right? But when I get to watch these women's kids, they get to put time back into themselves or into their marriage. Because I'm not going to sit here and complain about the destruction of the nuclear family and then do nothing about it. Like, that's the bigger problem. That is the bigger problem. Cool Silver, men should be just as upset that being a valuable feminine partner has become watered down and misrepresented by mothers today. Oh, it's insane. I mean, if you would have told me that I could go viral for loving my husband, I mean, I would have been Pick Misha a long time ago. Oh, check this out, guys. You know, somebody put me on tip. So there's the Pick Me's, and then there's the Skip Me's. The Skip Me's.
I'm over her.
She's a pick me anyway. Like,
But you know what? That shit is attractive.
My thing is,
I'm attracted to feminine women.
You falling? Okay, I understand that, but you falling for the banana to the tailpipe because this girl is saying you falling for the banana to the tailpipe because this girl is saying this stuff, which it might be how she really feels at this moment, but when she gets older, who's to say when she turned 40 and say she 25 and she date this 35-year-old, whatever, right? She turned 40, he turned 50, and next thing you know, she like, you know what? I'm not satisfied. I've been doing this for years, and I've been good at that. It happens.
I think that usually happens.
So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. In that case, it's like, no, bitch, you are being a pick me. You know what I'm saying? You only, it's like you falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
The definition of what a pick me is a woman that downs and undermines other women for the acceptance of men.
Right. And she's kind of being a pick me.
Well, no, that's what I felt like when we heard her earlier and we said she's young. When she say, we didn't figure it out. She just ain't old yet. She don't know if she gonna be bitter. She ain't bitter at 25. Just like
or not even bitter. You ain't even gotta be bitter. You could just be no nonsense.
Well, she said, I'm just using the word she used. She said these women are old and bitter. And I'm like,
we got it figured out before.
Look at
she just ain't got there yet.
You could tell Tim getting ready to go to bed. He got his head scarf on.
Yeah, she just ain't got there yet. And what they do say, and we talked about this earlier, a lot of women when they be older and they want to be single, is like, well, I don't want a man telling me what to do no more. And I didn't already serve the man. I don't want to serve a man no more. We was talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
A lot of older women that be single be saying shit like that. So
that's why a lot of older women don't remarry.
A lot of older women don't remarry.
A lot of older men don't remarry either.
No,
I've heard a lot of men
actually remarry. Older men actually remarry at a higher rate.
Well, I've heard a lot of men say they don't want to get married again.
Well, this is true, but I'm just saying that men remarry at a higher rate than women do.
Yeah, because they'll pick any old thing. I'm just playing. No, but
I think men, as we get older, we value women. You know what I mean? You always hear women say, I don't need no man. You just don't hear men say that a lot. I don't need no woman.
Ever. You don't hear men say that ever.
Yeah, right. We just saw the boy in the dangly earring just say that.
That's what I said earlier. It sounded like he coming from a woman's perspective.
But he didn't say I don't need a woman. He didn't utter those words.
He said, "What you bringing to the table? I can do that. I can pay for that."
That's the same thing.
He spoke his opinion, but he ain't never say, "Well, I don't need you."
Okay.
It's similar.
That's
He
why I
came,
said you try sucking your own dick. You try
he
doing
came
all this.
close. He came close, but
He came close to sucking his own dick.
nah, saying that he
Oh,
don't need he don't need no woman.
I'm like,
He came
shit.
close. But yeah, you know what I mean? I think a lot of this shit is whatever. I value women. I want to be married again one day. If my wife make more than me, I'm okay with it as long as she's okay with it. You know,
I
if
just
she ain't
feel, yeah, I feel like it's honestly, I feel like it's depends on the couple. Like, and like I said, even with the whole money making situation, like you said, if you're a woman and you make 35, you ain't gonna mind if your husband making 65. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But if you're a woman and you making more than that and you used to doing certain things, it might be a little bit of a problem. That's it.
It's just I think for a man, for me, yeah, there's other things for men. Just money is one of the things I just don't look at. You know, that's the main thing I'm looking is I everybody got their checks. You know, I want you to check off some of
But like
your
you
shit too.
said, you still want a woman that's an asset, not a liability.
Well, yeah, I don't want no
So you
liability.
want, so if you get a woman that's high maintenance, you like that's cool. Like, listen, I don't know. I know a lot of men that are like, that's cool as long as you can maintain that high maintenance.
Yeah,
You
if
know
she
what
can
I'm
do it,
saying?
yeah. If she can, but I'm not generally attractive to high or materialistic. I'm not because you know I'm not
Well,
materialistic.
high maintenance is different than materialistic.
Yeah, that's true.
High
Yeah,
maintenance, you
Yeah,
she
pay
high
yeah,
bills.
yeah.
maintenance.
That's the whole. What's the difference between a gold digger and a hypergamous woman? What's the fine line that defines them? Blah 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 blah.
Like high maintenance, like hair done, nails done, shit like that.
Everything big.
Yeah,
You
I'm
fancy,
okay.
huh? You
Yeah,
fancy, huh? That's high
especially if
maintenance.
she worked. You know what I mean? I had
If
a
she worked and she paid for that shit herself, what's the problem?
yeah, I had a psychology professor tell me this shit my first year in school that he doesn't feel it's fair to try to be 50-50 when it comes down to money. He's like, if both parties, and you know, I'm a numbers person, so I can only think in percentages, really a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But he like, if both partners don't make the same amount, he like, it ain't fair to try to demand 50% from somebody who making way less. Like
That is
50%.
so funny. I was just talking about percentages early, wasn't I, Tim?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up. You remember. I was just talking
That was
about
3 hours ago.
I was just talking about percentages early because I said a homeboy of mine, this is the way he said he gonna run his household. He said, look, regardless of who's making what, say for example, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Say we all put 60% in the pot of what you
Yeah,
make, and that's what goes towards the households, the bills, the blah blah blah. Maybe 20% goes to the vacations, maybe or
yeah,
savings, whatever, and maybe the next 20% you spend on yourself.
yeah.
See, exactly. That's what I said. See, Tim, and Tim gonna say he don't remember. You know what? You a hater, Tim.
And you know, because that's how most motherfuckers ain't paid. Like me, you know what I mean? That's how most motherfuckers do anyway.
I
No
mean,
one makes the same amount of money.
that's what I'm
I'll
saying.
tell
And I think that's what you should do anyway, because because your 60% is gonna be different than my 60%.
yeah, yeah. You know, and if my 60% is way higher than your 60, because it's
Well,
gonna come down to
well,
disposable
I'm gonna say
income.
the same exact thing, like I
We
said earlier when she said that. It just depends on the situation because everybody gonna agree to something different.
yeah, it just come down to disposable income and shit like that.
It does, but that works. That's more logical.
That's more logical to me. Like if I make, you know what I mean? Because if we have to do 50-50, that means I have to live at her level because she can't afford the shit that I want.
Exactly.
So that wouldn't be logical to me.
And see, and that's what I'm saying. You said live at her level, and that's my issue. That's why I don't want a man making less than me, because I don't want to live
You
at
don't want to help
anybody's.
contribute to him. You
No,
don't
I
want
don't
to
want to
contribute
live
to
at
him.
nobody's level but my own.
You can live at your level. You don't want to contribute to him, is what you
No, that's not true. I
because
can't live
look,
at my level because I want my dude to do stuff with me. I don't want to be like, all right, this nigga can't afford it, so I'm finna go on a vacation with my homegirls because he can't afford it.
no, but I have no idea how much you make, but I'm just gonna use numbers. But you make, let's say you make 150, he make 100. If y'all got together, that's 250. Guess what?
It just depends. It depends.
You're gonna be doing better.
Okay, that's true, but there's a different there's levels. There's
even
levels.
even smaller than that. Even smaller.
No, I'm saying there's levels to this, right? If
even
I'm
a scenario like the dude
if
makes
I'm making
50,
100 and he
makes
making
40, together,
90,
that's 90.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm just saying if I'm making 100, he making 90, that's not a big deal. Like there's levels to this.
Well, that's what we've been saying the whole time.
That's what we were saying the whole time.
You've been the one that's been adamant with the hard line.
No,
that
but
nigga ain't making less.
But there's a significant but there's a significant difference between me making 90 and him making
60.
Yes, that's a significant difference.
I don't think so, but I mean, maybe.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? It's a difference, but not really, because there ain't a lot of shit at 90 you can do that someone at 60 can't do.
Shit.
And then both of y'all together, that's still 150. Y'all bill's still gonna be less. That you should still be doing better.
The overall income is increased, right?
Yeah.
The household income.
Well, shit, if I get with somebody making $10,000 a year, my overall income going to increase.
And
So
that's
I'm
what
supposed to
I
accept
say
that
they
too?
become a liability, because if they make 10,000, but you know they debt come up to 12,000, that ain't good.
Right. So am I supposed to accept that one too?
Nah, I'm saying, well, you can do what you want to do, but for me, I just feel like I don't want to go backwards. That's all it is. Other than that, as long as she don't take, I ain't gonna get with nobody that don't make nothing.
Yeah. I agree.
50, 60 years ago, that was a different story.
Yeah.
But all right, everybody, we just hit that 3-hour mark, and I gotta get up at 5 in the morning and stuff like that. If y'all want to do it again tomorrow or Wednesday, just let me know.
All right, let us sister know. Good night.
All right, good night, y'all.
Bye.